Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Bits of real panther, so you know it's good. It's quite pungent. Oh, yeah. It stings the nostrils. In a good way.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Chiefs Kingdom. It's time for All Chiefed Up with your hosts, Steve and Mike Williams. From the Bluegrass to the Red Sea, this is the Kingdoms Podcast.
What is up, ACU crew? Welcome to the Wednesday Night War Room with All Chiefed Up. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. Mike, how you doing? You got here at the last freaking second.
I did. Your audio is kind of echoing a little bit, by the way. I don't know if it's you, if I'm up too loud or you're up too loud. But anyways, I'm good. It's just a Wednesday night, baby, in the off season. Wednesday night, not the best time of the year for football fans right now. There ain't nothing to talk about.
No,
it's kind of, yeah, it's dead. That sounds much better. I'm not hearing my echo. But yeah, man, we put up a little thing. We've been talking about Carlos Dunlap. He's getting a little bit of traction. Chiefs Kingdom over the past few days, Steve. Everybody's talking about him, wanting him to come back. Everybody's begging Brett Veach for it. What do you think about signing back our boy, Carlos Dunlap?
Well, I mean, he showed interest in actually coming back because we all thought that he was just going to go ahead and retire. Like, that's what I thought. I thought he was just going to ride out, on the high note there, the happy ending to a long NFL career. He reached his 100 sacks last year. He won his first Super Bowl. If it was me, I'd hang it up, and I'd be happy with it. But he said he wanted to come back, or he was open to coming back. Either way, but there's some other interesting prospects for defensive end signings. We've talked about a few before. We know the Chiefs like to have like some sort of a vet pass rusher, keep them around. We saw that with Terrell Suggs, Melvin Ingram, and of course Carlos Dunlap. So yeah, that's where we're at here. And we actually put a poll up, and obviously the title of this live stream is Carlos Dunlap versus Yannick Ngakoue. I can't say that guy's name for anything.
Yannick.
But yeah, it's cool to see what is going on.
Yep. Yannick Ngakoue, man. I'm going to read you some stats. 12 tackles this past season. Actually, I'm going to take that back. It was 13 tackles. He had 4 assists, 12 sacks. He did tie for 11th in all the NFL in sacks. 1 forced fumble. He had a PFF grade of 51.4. His run defense grade, 43.7. Really, really bad. That's where Yannick Ngakoue struggles. You cannot have him on the field during running situations. He's a huge liability. With the Chiefs, though, you don't really need him on the field during running situations. You can rotate pretty well. We're pretty deep, so just bringing him as a pass rush specialist might not be a bad idea. 56.9 is his grade PFF versus the pass rush. When you compare that to Carlos Dunlap, he had 26 solo tackles, so he doubled his tackles. He had 8 assists. He doubled that. But his sack total was not 12. His sack total was 5. So he was a little bit, I guess you could say, I would attribute that to just being a little bit older, being a little bit slower. He did get his big old mitts up there and bat some balls down a lot. I mean, that's what he does. 66 grade PFF, 71.5 against the run, which is way, way better. That's 30 points higher. And then against the pass, he actually rated 3 points higher than Yannick Ngakoue against the pass rush grade. So I don't know which one I prefer. I think I would just go ahead and take Carlos Dunlap. You know what you're going to get with him? Yannick kind of irritates me a little bit because he's the one that led that dancing on the logo crap here with the Raiders a few years ago. So,
well, I mean, he's been pretty underachieving since he came into the league. Carlos Dunlap, on the other hand, he was pretty productive last season with the Chiefs, and now he's got a whole year with that defense, with that squad, and under Spags. So I think if he comes back, he's still got a little left in the tank. He's an older guy, we all know that, but he definitely makes plays when you need him. We saw that last year, especially against the Bengals. So that was fun. I think he stuffed a run in the backfield. That was one of my favorite plays from the AFC Championship game, and it was pretty crucial. But I like what he offers to the team, and I also like that, he has all that experience, and that goes a long way when you got a lot of young guys on the defensive line as well. As far as George Karlaftis, Felix Anudike, and even the inside guy, Keandre Coburn, and those they can learn from him as well. So,
yep. I think though, if I'm going to stick with it, I think I'm sticking with Carlos Dunlap. We have to throw up a poll here in a little bit. You guys let us know in the chat. Would you rather have Carlos Dunlap re-signed on this bad boy, or would you rather a little bit younger, fresher, newer blood, Yannick Ngakoue, to come in, be a pass rush specialist? Let us know which one you prefer in the chat. But we're going to go ahead and get to the chat a little bit. I'm going to bring up Doug, our boy, dropping a 2-bomb and said, "What's up, all jacked up crew? The crew is ready to roll tonight." We got Gary Holland in the house. We got Chief Kelsey. We got K Wayne in here. Lewis is in the house. We have Chris Wright. What's up, Chris, man? Good to see you, brother. KCB's Zombie Mowers? Okay. Zombie Mowers. Well, I got to see one of these. Dunlap is already experienced in this defense, 100%. You're right, Zombie Mowers. That's kind of my idea, Steve. What do you think? We don't know what Steve thinks. He can't even hear me right now. Steve can't even hear me. So, Dunlap to the wheels fall off, says Stephen James. Good to see you, Stephen. Appreciate you being here, brother. Steve's having some audio difficulties. I don't know why he never touches the audio. We never touch audio difficulties. There you go now. I was going to say, we never touch this stuff. It just sits here. Somehow Steve always has crazy audio issues.
Do I still sound crazy to you? Am I like super echoey, or am I good?
You're kind of echoey. I don't know why. It sounds like you're kind of lagging or something. I don't know I don't know what it is. I don't know. You have to ask chat. I'm hearing you differently possibly. So chat, you might be fine. Chat, let Steve know if you guys are hearing him crazy or if he sounds okay. I can't give him an answer.
It doesn't matter. Stephen James, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Yeah, you're still echoing on my side. Pretty bad. Cool. Best thing to do would be shut that stupid program off and just run it straight.
Just a little quiet.
What's up, Wyatt? Wyatt Gibson in the house. He says, "Hey, everybody, what's up?" Brand's in the house. KCDC says, "What's up, Kingdom? How you guys doing tonight?" We Steve rolled into Cole's How About Those Chiefs Live last night, and he had everybody donating $5 so Cole could get beer. Cole was so confused. I went back and watched it. I was like, what in the heck's going on? Cole was just as confused as I was. He had no idea why you guys were giving him beer money. But leave it to Steve. I think Steve just passed out. He don't even hear anything we say. He's just...
I can hear you. I'm just trying to fix this. I don't know what to deal with, so just
Are you
ignore
lagging
me.
too?
You do your thing. You do your thing. No.
Oh, okay, you're just lagging too, I guess. Oh, man. K. Wayne says, let's go to the yoga studio and bring in some students to play defensive end for us, huh? What does that mean? What does that mean? Yannick do yoga? I don't know. Carlos may do yoga. Who knows? Cool guy. What's up, brother?
War logo.
Hey, who is the best quarterback of all time except for Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady? I don't know. Why are you going to fire that at us so early in the night? I don't know. Joe Montana? Maybe. That's probably where I'd go with
I think it's pretty obvious who it is. It's not Tom Brady. Tom Brady's won the most rings, but he's not the best to ever play. We're watching that happen.
What are you talking about? He says except for Mahomes or Tom Brady.
Oh, that's Peyton Manning.
No. Peyton Manning?
Who would you put?
Joe Montana.
Who would you put?
Joe Montana.
Yeah, true. I didn't even think about that. But I mean, it's up for debate.
Current, I would take Peyton Manning probably.
It's up for debate.
I'd probably take Peyton
Manning.
Manning.
Good little matchup. I think a lot of people would probably take Peyton over him. I personally wouldn't. I just didn't think about it.
What's up? What's up? Kiwi Williams.
Yeah.
Kiwi Williams. Are we related, Kiwi? I have no idea.
Doubt it.
Maybe we are.
I don't think we have a cousin Kiwi, but we might. Never know.
Lewis asks, how can the Chiefs afford Dunlap? $410,000 in cap space. Can't bring in much help. It's kind of where my head's at. I don't know what they can do. They can't do anything until they get Jones taken care of. We're at the point in the season where nothing's happening. Brett Veach ain't doing anything. If they are, it's behind closed doors. Nothing's been announced. So we find ourselves saying the same thing over and over. It all depends on Chris Jones getting restructured. Are we going to sign this guy? I don't know. Is Chris Jones going to get restructured? That's where we're at.
It'd be nice if they'd hurry up and get that thing done. But it'll be at the last minute, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Brett Veach would do something instead of take a summer break.
What do we have? I think, what's $410,000? Is that what it says?
Yeah, that's what Lewis is saying. $410K.
Well, right. I mean, they can't afford anything right now. I mean, let's be honest here. They can't really do much of anything. I'm surprised they even have that much money after they got Rashee Rice signed. So I don't know. It's awful low, but Brett Veach can work magic. We've seen it before. It'll happen. We just got to be patient, and it's hard to be patient when there's nothing going on in the football world. It's so boring. All we can do is speculate about how this roster is going to shake out and if we're going to add any pieces. And it's hard to talk about it and think about it when there's no money to do these things because we know we're waiting on Chris Jones.
Yep. It's all based on Chris Jones at this point. That's everything. Anyway, we got 68 in here tonight. Good to see you guys on a Wednesday night. The War Room. Be sure and hit that like button. There's 71 in here now. If you haven't subscribed already, get over there, hit that sub button, click that little bell, get that little ding going so you know when we're going. We are so close to 10K. It's not even funny. Like we may hit. I want to say close. Almost 9,900. We're coming up on 9,900, so we're right there.
Hey, I'm going to say by the end of tomorrow we hit that 10K, and we're going to celebrate it Saturday night on the tailgate. It's going to be fun. Doug with the 2, we appreciate you, my man. I don't know if Mike said that already while I was messing with my audio.
Yep,
but I wanted to tell you thanks as well. And also, did you hit Cobra Kai with the 5 bomb? Ty in here,
just
baby.
Popped up.
Yeah, hit that like button. We appreciate you guys. It helps us get out to more Chiefs fans, and the more the merrier. We want more cool people in the chat, so we love you guys. But like I said, the more the merrier. So.
Still wish YouTube would make it easier for people to like lives. Like I hate that you have to jump through hoops just to hit the like button. Like YouTube
It'll be okay.
is so bad.
That'll be fine. They can do it. I have faith in them.
Look at Julie out here. She says she feels like B.J. Thompson might surprise some people. It would surprise me if
in a couple different ways.
Yeah, it would surprise me if he plays over, 10% of the snaps this year, to be honest.
Well,
He's
I mean,
kind
he
of-
could surprise some people for sure. I mean, he could come out and be really, really good for the value we got. And he also could absolutely do nothing. He could be like just a big nothing burger. And that would surprise a lot of people too, because a lot of people are holding him up there pretty highly and think that he's going to be really, really good. And I personally think he has all the traits too. Great athlete, very bendy, very fast. I think he'll be a fun edge player once he gets into the system and learns it. But with a lot of these young guys, I always say this, but it's just the truth. I just don't expect a whole lot from them in their rookie years. Because whether it's the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball, we have very complex systems. And, it takes a while to learn these things. And you've seen that with the rookies. So, I mean, George Karlaftis, in my opinion, I feel like George, did very, very well last year and maybe even overachieved from what I thought he might get done. But we'll see. BJ might. I'm still kind of wondering what Felix is going to do myself. I mean, he's got big shoes to fill. I mean, George did pretty good last year, and Felix was a first-round pick as well. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah. Everybody think, is Steve sounding good in the chat, everybody? I've been reading through. Everybody said he was a little low, but I think I'm a little behind. So I'm just making sure. Julia just says, Steve sounds like he owns an awful hoodie. She ain't going to let up on that dang hoodie, man. You're going to have to,
it's just a hoodie, Julia. It's just a hoodie.
You're going to have to burn that or something.
Not every piece of clothing in the world has to do with football. You got to stop hating on my hoodie. It's really comfy. I tell you what. When we hit 10K, I'm sending that hoodie to you, and you're gonna wear it, and you're gonna love it.
Man, I'm seeing a lot of Joe Montanas here, Steve. Lewis says Joe Montana over Peyton Manning.
I kind of jumped the gun when I said Peyton Manning. I do think that Joe Montana is probably better if you go, all time. I don't know, man. Though I still think it's close. I don't think it's like a dead.
Yeah, it's like different eras in a way. Peyton Manning did a lot. He put Omaha, Nebraska on the map, didn't he?
Well, I mean, I feel like Peyton is just like the king of taking over an offense and just, running it from the quarterback position. I mean, Peyton Manning was, I'm sure other people had done that in the past, but to me, like he was the first one that really come out and just ran the entire offense and was just super smart and like he was on a different level as far as like, just a mental part of the game. So that's why I give him a lot of credit. I mean, he was good. Don't get me wrong. He was very athletic and could throw the ball and all that other stuff. Kind of how he threw the ball kind of bothered me a little bit, though. It wasn't as bad as Phillip Rivers, but it was still like an awkward throw, I thought.
Dude, Phillip Rivers, he was such a baby. He's one of the most overrated quarterbacks to ever play, I think, in my opinion. I don't know. He didn't have as bad of an attitude, though, as...
Well, Phillip Rivers, here's the thing about it. We hate Phillip Rivers because he's like this whiny, like super competitive, guy that played for the Chargers, right? Like,
yeah,
that's what it was. So, if you can set all that aside and you watch a lot of the games he was a competitor, man. He gave it all on the field. So, you can't knock him for that. And then also, if you go back and you listen to any of the mic'd ups, like he doesn't cuss because he's got like 25 kids and he's just like, I think he's actually a pretty good dude, but it's just funny listening to him on those mic'd ups, like talking trash nonstop and just super competitive. But he was, talking like his third grade teacher was going to get him if he said the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, man. Chris Wright with the 5 gifted. Appreciate you, Chris. Doug is a new member. Kip Carnes is a member. Chiefer 65 Toss Power Trap, new member. Jan Fry and Jay Kelsey, all gifted memberships.
Appreciate you guys.
Still part of the crew. I feel like all these people were part of the crew, still part of the crew.
Chris is taking care of them, baby. Tell Chris thanks in the chat. For Legend himself, put a little ketchup bottle up there for him. How about that?
Chris threw out the ketchup emoji. Of course he did. This guy's the ketchup man. Dude, Chris, do you really like ketchup, or do you just like to use the emoji? Like, are you that?
It's Holmes loves the ketchup, so in turn, you must love the ketchup.
Yeah. Morgan says, y'all hear about Tyreek assaulting fools down in Miami, future game suspensions. Yeah, we actually posted yesterday when it happened. Come out today, they said he punched, but I think police are saying now it was just a smack. I don't know if that makes it any better or not. But
none of it surprises me.
It don't. But at the same time, you also, these athletes and stuff, they get themselves in bad situations because people are trying to always take advantage of them too. So
Right.
you never know. I'm one of
I
those
think we
people that
gotta
still
wait.
think
gotta-
you got to be proven guilty first. I
Exactly.
guess.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Like, we'll see how it plays out when all the facts get out there and everything. Would it surprise me if he did it? No.
Future game suspensions? Probably not.
I doubt it. I mean,
You only get suspended if you play for the Chiefs.
even Kamara and them, they haven't even served any suspensions yet, have they?
That's what I said. They haven't done
14.
nothing yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's coming. It will. They will get it. But I don't know. I don't think that Tyreek Hill thing's anything other than a story in the dead part of the season.
neither.
Probably.
What's up, Norman? He says, I don't think Prince is like Pop. Running styles to me are not the same at all. No, running styles are totally different, but I think people just see the size-speed combination. Then again, I think Deneric Prince is a little bit bigger.
Well, it's
I
the
don't have it on
size-speed
hand, but-
combination, and it's also the fact that they were overlooked in the draft,
Yeah.
like just to put value off these guys. I think that's what makes them similar. It's just that you have guys that are insanely fast, really big guys, great athletes, and I mean, we got one in the 7th round, already won a Super Bowl with the fella, and now we got another one as a UDFA. We'll see if he's as successful as Isaiah Pacheco. That's yet to be seen, but he has a shot to get in here. I think he's going to make the squad, so he'll have a shot to show everybody what he can do.
Yeah, I agree. It is what it is. I think Deneric Prince is going to make the team, though. Speaking of Deneric Prince, we went back. We were looking for footage yesterday. I went back and scrolled through a bunch, Steve, and I found where we first said he was 50-50. Then it was literally like 2 days later, we were like, nah, we think that's too low. We said 60-40. And then the last one I found was like 75-25. And that was before he went ham just here about a week ago. So I think now we're about 80-20, it seems. This guy just keeps impressing. But to be
Well, I mean,
honest,
if nothing changes here, I think it's almost 100% lock because they're going to keep 4. So I mean, if Clyde sticks around for the entire year and nothing changes, they don't feel the need to go out and grab somebody like Fournette or somebody like that because we had talked about that. I think he's going to make it. I mean, I don't know. I don't see them putting in Jerry and Ely as a halfback. So I think if he were to make the squad, they might use him back there, but I think he'd come in as a wide receiver.
yeah, I agree. Let's see. Everybody's talking about Hill in the chat. I'm not going to read all that. You know what? We get so tired of talking about Tyreek Hill. This guy's constantly wanting attention. Would it surprise you, Steve, that he just smacked somebody to get some attention in the first place? Just so his podcast could do better.
No, I've said this a couple weeks ago. He'd smack his own mom to get some attention, getting the spotlight. So, no, it really wouldn't surprise. Nothing surprises me with that guy. I mean, if you can make a terrible decision like leaving the Chiefs in the midst of a dynasty to go play with the Dolphins to make a little extra scratch, then I feel like he could make any kind of bad decision.
Yeah, I hear you. What's up, Jose? He says, what's up, Mike and Steve? What's going on, brother?
What up, Jose?
I don't know if I mentioned Brenda. Brenda's in the chat tonight. Good to see you, Brenda. Casey Fan Dan, Amani. Amani's here. Good to see you, Amani. Good to see you, Stephen James. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Cole Keller's here. He says Dunlap knows the system. Plus, I've never been an Ngakoue fan. Me either. Ngakoue's just such a
kinda where I'm
liability
at with
against the
it, yeah.
run.
That's where I'm at with it for sure.
Do we
I
got a
think,
poll? Did you get a poll up?
Pretty spot on. Yeah, the poll's been up, so I'll go ahead and close that out. But it's 65% Carlos Dunlap. So I think everybody's kind of on the same page with that. I know a lot of people had mentioned Ngakoue, a couple weeks back when we were talking about things, because he's a little younger, and they think that he's got a somewhat of a ceiling there. He's never really reached his full potential. But I'm just not a fan of the guy. I'm just flat out. So he's never really intrigued me like that. I've never cared much for him, and I never really put a whole lot of thought into the Chiefs signing him. So
Right.
I would definitely fall on the Carlos Dunlap side of this little debate here. I know there's another guy out there that definitely draws some interest, and that's Jadeveon Clowney. The thing with him is he's never really hit his full potential either, but we know he has it. He's a much better defensive end than Ngakoue.
Hey, we know we ain't got enough to pay him.
Exactly. That's where I was getting ready to head with that. He's going to be too expensive, so I don't think he falls into this category. But, I mean, Dunlap just fits the bill, right? I mean, he's still the old cat with all the experience that can rotate in and still put in some good time. So I think he fits the bill. And, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay?
Yep,
I
I
mean,
hear you. Brand, what's up, man? He says Chris Wright gifting memberships to all the Chiefs channels. Chris does. He does a lot of
Wright's
work
the
for
man.
Chiefs Kingdom. But yep, Chris has
Chris
been
Wright
with
is
us
the
for a
man.
while. He's been donating people. He's been getting memberships. He donates cash. This dude's awesome. He does a lot for our channel. We appreciate him. Yeah, so thank him if you got a membership from him. That's awesome. Everybody talking about George in the chat. Karlaftis is gonna have a pretty good year, I think. There's too many to just bring up, but I think Karlaftis is gonna have a pretty good year.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of those rookies are going to have really good second years. I really do. Usually you're worried about that second year slump, and people's mentioned that with Pacheco and things, but I don't know.
Right.
I feel like these guys got some good experience in last year, and I don't see them really taking a step back at this point.
Yeah, Lewis says, "Can we send Julia a Bengals hoodie?" We might have to do that. If Julia ever wins something from us, we're just gonna sub it out with a Bengals hoodie.
I'm going to send her my hoodie. She'll refuse to give me a shipping address, but I'll figure it out. I'll get my little sleuth hat on and I'll figure it out. You're just gonna wake up one morning and you're gonna have a package on your doorstep. with that
Well,
beautiful
Scott says
thing.
we will get a video of Julia burning it though. So
Hey, I'll
That's
tell you
right.
what, if she puts it on and she wears it one time, she won't burn it because she's gonna be like, man, this is a comfy hoodie. He was
Yeah.
right. It doesn't look anything like the
Steve's
Jacksonville
never
Jaguars.
burning that hoodie. You guys are just, it's not happening. He must have a lot of money invested in that bad boy.
Look, I'll do you a favor. I won't wear it on here anymore, but just know, Julia, that I'm wearing it at home and I'm comfy.
She said, "I never win anything," and Steven wants to send me a hoodie I hate. Yeah, Julia, that's what he thinks about you.
It's with love, Julia. It's a nice, comfy hoodie.
Dude, what do you guys
lost
think
in the
about
chat there, Mike?
No, I was reading. What do you guys think about Kadarius Toney throwing the middle finger up with the ring on it to the Giants?
That was cool. Yeah, I reposted that on Twitter.
That's kind of funny.
That was awesome. He had the Giant, of course, the Giants, a Giants fan, because that's probably about all they have at this point, had to get on there and lose his mind, talking about how the Kadarius Toney was trash and the Chiefs franchise was terrible and they didn't even have as many rings as the Giants and blah, blah, blah. Man, he hurt some feelings with that one.
Man,
And I love
he's
it.
living
Good job.
vicariously
Good
through the
job.
1980s. Congrats. Welcome to 2023, bro. Oh, Casey. What is up, Casey? What's up, guys? New to the channel. And wait, is there a part 2? I found it. And I love your show. So far, I'm from Utah and biggest Chiefs fan for just over 33 years now. So just want to say what's up and thanks for all you guys do. Casey, good to have you
Hey,
here.
man.
Glad you're a subscriber.
Welcome, Casey.
Welcome to the crew.
Welcome,
Peace.
Casey. You crew, my man.
Yeah,
We
man.
appreciate you. I'm glad you got in the chat. A lot of people are afraid to get in that chat, but don't do it. Get in there, talk, have some fun. But yeah, enjoy having you here, Casey. Thanks for hanging out, my man.
Yes. Oh wait, we got one of these coming in. Wayne
Got a
with a
10 bomb
9.99 bomb.
from
10 bomb. Wayne, what's up, Wayne? All I
What's
can
up,
afford
Wayne?
at the moment, but y'all are worth it. Let's go, crew. Support these boys. Go Chiefs. Thanks, Wayne.
Yeah, we
Appreciate you, brother.
Wayne.
Wayne,
Hey,
we
Wayne,
see you in the
I feel-
chat all the time, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say I see him in the comments, but I don't think I've seen
Yeah,
him
that's what I'm
on
saying.
before. So I'm glad he got here. Good to
Yeah.
see him.
Wayne's been following us for a long time. I want to say I remember him commenting all the way back geez, Wayne, you have to let me know.
It's
But
been a long time. We appreciate the support, Wayne.
dude, probably all the way back last off season, about this time last year.
He's an OG crew member. That's what he is.
OG crew, appreciate you, man. $10, appreciate it. K Wayne says I'm joining you in Kentucky tonight. K Wayne, you
Oh.
coming to Kentucky? What's up, man? Where you at?
Yeah, what you doing? What you doing over here, man?
What you doing in our land, boy? I'm gonna come find you. I'm gonna give you a high five. Pacha. That's what everybody says around Kentucky. What are you doing on my land? That's everybody.
Is it?
I'll
I've
go
never heard
walking.
that before.
Hey, I go walking down the street. I hear about 5 times, "Get off my property." I'm like, bro, I'm in the middle of the road. Chill.
What?
They don't like me.
Where do you live?
Kentucky. It's kind of creepy around here in some of these places. No, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I've not encountered any of that. In West Virginia, I
You've
did.
not countered any of that. This boy been living in Kentucky all his
No.
life and never encountered that.
What? To get off my property?
Yeah, get off my property.
You
Is
know
that
why?
just an
'Cause
old
I'm going
person
to random
thing?
people's property.
I'm not. I'm on the road. I'm in the middle of the road. If that's your property, maybe the guy works for the state. Maybe he's like a state employee. Cobra Cry says, thanks for the support, Wayne. We appreciate you being here. We do. Casey says, can't wait for this year, boys. Going to be crazy. Nerves already starting.
Hey,
You
don't be
know-
nervous. Don't be nervous. It's going to be good, man. It's a back-to-back. That's a lot of people are like, oh, they have to have a back-to-back Super Bowl win before they're considered a dynasty. I feel like that's a requisite for a dynasty. And it's like, oh well, let's talk about it after next year then, because it's going to happen, baby. I have full faith in it. I'm not nervous. I'm excited. I'm ready to watch it happen.
Brian Parrott's in the house. His mandatory GK is a
course he
sexy
is.
beast. Brian Parrott, I think Brian Parrott and Don't Run, if I remember, Don't Run is the fella that hates George Karlaftis. Like those two would fight. You
I
guys
don't
might have
think
to have
he hates him.
you guys might have to have an arm wrestling match to see if George Karlaftis is going to break 10 sacks this year. That'd be fun.
What do you think? Do you think he's going to break 10 sacks this year?
Me?
I mean, I think
Yeah.
he can 100%, but do you think he's going to do it?
Yeah, I think he breaks 10. I think he gets to 12.
You know what?
I
I'm
think
going.
George- I think
I think
George
he's
is
going to be plus 10, baby.
look. George is going to get nasty this year. I can already tell.
Hey,
like-
don't be nasty.
His first year, yeah, he's gonna get nasty because his first year it was all about learning some technique, getting a feel for it, learning the defense, and now I feel like this all comes a little bit more natural. He don't have to think as much. He can just get out there and go get them, and I think it's gonna pay off.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. He just works so hard. He's always working hard. He wants to be good. He wants to be successful. So, I mean, I think he'll get there, man. He's got that drive, and we all know he has the motor on the field. So, he's going to give 110%. So,
Yep, I'll bring up another Brian Parrott. He's on a row. Do we have D-Hop yet? No.
not yet. Not yet. Wait for that Chris Jones thing to get done, and then we're talking. I'll tell you what, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't, get signed by somebody before Chris Jones gets his extension done. But if he doesn't, that's all you need to know. If D-Hop's still available when that thing's, announced, that's all you needed to know. He's just sitting there waiting patiently.
Brando is confident. He says you got to wear that hoodie when the Chiefs sign D-Hop and Dalvin Cook.
I've seen a lot of talk about them being a combo. I think it was Pat McAfee was going off.
Isn't
about he's like,
Dalvin
"The
Cook
Chiefs
trying to
end up
make
with-"
it a combo?
Yeah, but a lot of people are reporting that that's not really the thing. The thing about it is no one has the money to pay both of them because Dalvin Cook, like, he's definitely going for money. We all know that, like, more so than D-Hop. Like, at least D-Hop's, like, got out there and been like, hey, I'm just looking to be on a competitive team. Dalvin Cook didn't even do that. He went the route as, I want somebody that appreciates me and show me they appreciate me. So,
Right.
what it
Javi
is.
with
Javi
the
in
20
there, baby.
bomb.
appreciate you, man. The 20 bomb.
Javi also
Feeling good, Javier.
Javi also follows us over on Facebook. Like I talked to him on Facebook a little bit. So Javi,
Nice.
I'm gonna make you my Facebook leader or something. Maybe you can recruit some people to help our Facebook get rolling. We don't really do Facebook a lot, but a lot of people like Facebook, so we're like, okay, we'll put up a Facebook. And tonight it has 1 heart. Okay, 1 heart. The other day I think we hit 6 hearts, Steve. That was a record.
It's all-time record. Hey, we appreciate you, Javi, man. That's awesome. Thanks for the 20 bomb.
Dalvin to Miami, says Chris Wright, Steve.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that's
he-
what I'm saying.
He was in Miami, wasn't he? Didn't he like go there his
Yeah.
first day? I don't know what's.
Yeah,
gonna
I think
happen
that's
with
I
him.
think that's where he lands. I think that's where he lands. If I had to guess right now, it's definitely what I'd go with.
Lewis says Dallas maybe.
That's a possibility too. I think they're
I mean, who do they have? Tony Pollard, and that's it.
And Deuce Vaughn. As far as I know, that's what they got. There might be somebody else in there.
Man, I don't know about that one. I actually read yesterday, Steve. I think I told you. Zeke says he wants to. Well, I don't think he said it, but they're projecting him to sign with New England. Why do people want to go to New England? There's nothing up there.
I don't think they do.
clam
I think
chowder.
sometimes people like Juju. Juju had to go get that paycheck. Like we all know that Juju had a lingering knee issue, and it's come out. That's probably why he didn't stay in KC. That's why he didn't get the offer. Because we've been saying, man, like obviously Brett Veach didn't have these guys in his plan going forward because he would have been able to sign Juju for what he took with New England, and then same with McColl. He could have easily paid him what the Jets paid him, but I just think they weren't in the plan, man. I think the reason why Juju wasn't in the plan was that knee. Because he's a young guy, he's got a lot of experience, and he's a good receiver. So there had to be a reason, and I think that's it. And I think, Juju had to go there.
What
I
did
don't think
Juju
he
sign
necessarily
for?
wanted to.
11 a year, 11 mil per year.
Yeah, 33 over 3 years, maybe something like that.
Well, we kind of said that too. Remember back with the whole D Hop thing about how much they're going to offer D Hop, and we were like, look, if Juju goes for 11 million, don't you think D Hop's worth at least 11 million per year? I mean, in D Hop's eyes, he's got to be worth at least.
Well, I mean, D Hop's worth a lot more than that. The thing about it is that does D Hop want to be with a competitive team like he keeps saying?
That's what I'm saying.
If he
Like,
legitimately wants to be with a competitor, he's going to have to take less, and I think he knows that. He's not dumb.
if he wants the 15 million or 16 million that OBJ got, I think Kansas City's out. I don't even care if we re-sign or restructure Chris Jones. I still don't know if we're going to have enough money to do all that. We got to start
Look,
looking
man,
towards next year a little bit too, man.
If the money's there, none of it would surprise me. I mean, if Brett Veach wants somebody, you know he's going to get him. So, and if he makes it work, he makes it work.
K. Wayne's on the road. He says, I'm coming up I-75 passing through London. London's
Nice.
right outside of Lexington, right?
Be careful out there, K.
pretty
Wayne,
sure.
on the highway. It's been
Yeah,
raining
man.
like crazy in Kentucky. It's been like
Yeah.
a flood for like 3 days.
It's been raining and storming. It was only supposed to rain Sunday and Monday morning. That's what the weatherman said all week
It
last
hasn't
week. And
stopped
now
yet.
it hasn't stopped, and they said it's not going to stop till Saturday. So
Really?
what they were watching, I have no idea
Damn.
because it wasn't the
I want
weather.
to play golf.
Yeah,
I wanna
we
play
ain't
some
never got
golf.
to do anything.
Looks like
Jack
we can play some
Green.
water polo.
Jack Green with the 5 gifted. Welcome.
Appreciate you, Jack.
Wyatt Gibson. Plain Rock has gifted a membership. Oh, Plain Rock's back in the running again. Matty
Plain Rock.
Ice, Blue Eye Devil, and
Hey.
Nitty.
Plain Rock's trying to go 2 for 2 on that members only live stream giveaway.
Plain Rock is trying to go 2 for 2. What if Plain Rock just keeps winning every month? Like, is everybody just going to quit? Plain Rock would be
hey, look,
nice. I think he'll donate
that would
it.
be you have to admit, like everybody has to admit, that would be kind of funny. Like if we literally, because the way that we do it, like that would be almost next to impossible for the same person to be winning it over.
Right, just with that will, man.
Yeah, the will of destiny, the will of dynasty.
Brent says, why is no one talking about the legal issues that come with Dalvin Cook? What legal
I
issues?
don't even know about it.
Yeah, what legal issues does Dalvin Cook have? I don't pay attention to the Vikings very much.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't really care about Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's just not one of those people that intrigue me very
Right.
much.
K. Wayne says 65 from Lexington. Hey, man, you're heading towards Houday country up there. Watch out now. Don't get sucked into eating no bad chili or nothing. Don't do it.
Don't do it. If you do get the chili dog, it's actually not bad on that.
Terry, what's up, Terry? He says watching on YouTube, but headed to Facebook to give y'all a like. That's right, Terry. And he does it from Facebook. And that's what I'm
let's
talking
go, Terry.
about. I see it, Terry. Let's go, buddy. We're at 2. Wow. Hey, it's all downhill from here.
Oh, Facebook. I forget about Facebook
Yeah, I know.
sometimes.
Timothy, what's up, Timothy? He says, watching you guys for 6 months now, and you guys freaking rock. Love all the Chiefs content. Slapnuts is hilarious. Dude, so many
love
people
it.
have earned the Slapnuts nickname lately that it's hard to keep up. You can just about look at anybody and be like Slapnuts, and it applies.
Hey, there's a lot of slap nuts out there. I mean, the most recent one that we've coined slap nuts would have to be
Bart Scott?
Or no, Emmanuel Acho.
Is it Bart
Bart
Scott?
Scott's-
Just
Bart
he
Scott
may
was
be the
born a
OG.
slap nuts.
Yeah, he come out of his mom. I ain't gonna say it. I was
He
gonna
come out
say
of
he
his
went
mom's slap
in.
nuts.
He went in slap nuts. He come out slap nuts. And demonetized. Okay,
Oh, Mike.
rerun. Sorry, Steve. What's on the front of your hat, and how many Chiefs hats do you have? I think those are a Royals
Dude,
hat.
this-
Maybe am I right?
No, it's glowing because it's like
Oh, I
reflective.
see it.
It's the,
It's a Super Bowl hat, I think.
54. Yeah, it's Super Bowl 54 hat. It's got the
The live on it.
on the side here.
I thought it was a live golf hat, actually.
It's
and I
just
was,
like it's funny because I've never wore this one on any of. I don't guess I've ever wore it on any of our content, and I got in here at the last second, and I'm like, going live, and it's like this thing's the light just beams off of the front of it. I guess it's reflective.
Yeah, it looks light blue from where I'm
So
sitting.
if I'm blinding you guys, I'm sorry. No, it's like gray.
It's the Live Golf. I like it. I was like, where am I gonna get a Live Golf hat?
It's the Super Bowl 54 hat, baby. That was a good one. That'll forever. I don't care if Patrick Mahomes wins 10. 54. That's gonna stick. That's the first one old man got to see in like
54 is
50
the
years.
one that you got to remember. I will say,
Started.
was the 54 game better than the Eagles game? I don't know. I like both the games. I think the defense in this last game was very impressive, especially
tell you
Nick
what.
Bolton. He had a good day.
I think I would go with 54 as being a better game, and here's why. Like obviously, like if you just look at the big picture, like the Eagles game in 57, I don't even know. I can't keep up with these anymore. It was a good game. It was a back and forth kind of game, and it was close. But just the comeback. I mean, do you realize with 7 minutes left in the game that the Chiefs were toast? They were toast. And
Dude,
then,
I wasn't
Wasp.
I wasn't down and out, but I was like, my God, like what are we doing? I had that same feeling though against the Tampa Bay. I was like, why is it that we get to these games and like our team just comes out so flat and
Well,
we just can't get it together? And sure enough,
didn't have
Tyreek's letting
that-
him hit his face, and
I didn't have
so
that
bad.
feeling in 54. Like I still had some faith that Mahomes was going to pull that thing off. But there, when it was 3rd and 15 with 7 minutes left, and they're down 10 points at that point, and it was just like, if they don't convert here, it might be all but done. But Wasp,
Yep.
baby.
That's a good game. That's a good game. I got that on DVD, man. I need to pop it in and watch it on Blu-ray or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
I have that DVD as well. It's fun to watch.
Dude, Julia says, who comes out of the AFC North? I hope they all fail up there. But
Honestly,
I'm going to
the
say,
Bengals.
you know what? The more I think about it, I think the Bengals are going to have a letdown this year. Their fans
They
are so
could.
cocky. They're due. They're due just getting smacked around a little bit. Look how bad they started
tell
last
you-
year, too.
I'll tell you what I would find funny.
Wouldn't it be funny if the Steelers come out?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. If the Steelers, they have a good young team. If they were to click this year and come out and
If they can
win
keep
that
their
thing,
defense healthy, they do have a shot. But Kenny Pickett's got to come on. I would say the Browns will be dead last. I just have a gut feeling that the Browns are going to go back to the cellar. And it's probably going to be between the Ravens and the stupid Bengals again. I hate the Bengals. man.
let's
Slap
just
nuts.
for fun. Let's just for fun say the Steelers, Julia, just for fun, but probably the Bengals.
Why am I wild? What did I say? Oh, wait. I know what I
Wow.
said. Never mind.
We all know. We didn't forget it.
Cobra says off-season's dragging ass big time. Yeah, it is. I had to drag it when I said it. Dude, it's horrible. Speaking of
Cole's
off-season
in here dropping
dragging
bars.
Cole. Yeah, sorry. We'd seen that at the same time. I wish we'd quit doing that together.
I'm gonna do it again.
One more time. Okay, there you go.
No, I'm good.
Cole's in here rapping. That's
you
what
rap-
part of the
can you rap
off-season
it?
we're at. He said Patrick Mahomes batted the bone. He picked up the crown, sat on the throne.
Man.
Yeah. Read that three
Good
times
stuff.
fast. Cole, we
Cole, I
can't
hope you
spit
enjoyed
bars
your-
like you.
I hope you enjoyed your Tank 7 last night, Cole. I was
And
having
your-
a little fun over there in your chat. That was a good time. Everybody's awesome.
Yeah, I actually went over there and I watched maybe it was the replay. And I see somebody do Tank 7. This somebody said Tank 8, then Tank 9. And Cole was like,
Yeah.
what is going on? And I was like, yeah, what's going
Yeah.
on?
I was just playing around in this chat, man, just talking to people, and it was funny. It was a good time.
Bum, bum, bum. Cole, what are you doing in the off season, man? You about ready to take some vacation time or?
Yeah,
You
oh,
gonna go
happy
ahead?
anniversary, by the way. I saw that where I think you and Danny's 10 years coming up, so that's cool. Congrats on that.
The
That's
old
rare
10
these
year.
days, my man. You should be proud of that.
The old 10 year. What do you get the wife on the 10-year anniversary?
The fact that she hasn't divorced you yet because you don't ever get out of the basement and stop making Chiefs content, that's something to be celebrating.
She's his manager. She's putting him to work. Hey, dude, Danny's awesome though, for real. She
Yeah.
fed her kids. She let them taste test the pizza. That's a good mom. No. No, Cole, Danny, congrats. Yeah, what do you get the wife for the 10-year, Cole? What is it? Is it diamonds? Is diamonds like 30 years? I don't know how that works.
Oof.
Never been
You got to
married.
do something nice. You got to do something nice.
Woo. Might as well be married, I guess.
You're married without the paperwork,
Pretty much.
without the legal obligation.
Yeah, I've been with the lady since, dude, I just thought of this, since 2008. That's longer than Cole. Not legally. So Cole was out here at 2013. Our boy.
Man. So how old? I wonder how old he was when he got married. I think Cole's what, early 30s.
He's like 32, 33.
So he was early 20s.
They were both
That's
early
pretty
20s.
cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Either way, congrats on that, Cole.
Yep. Still Gaming says, watch y'all's Facebook page. It's just / all chiefed up. Everything should be / all chiefed up. I don't think nobody ever stole that. So if you guys want to go steal it from something from us, I guess.
It'll just say, "Did you mean all Chiefs up?"
Yeah, we get that all the time. It tries to make us say Chiefs up. It's like, bro, come on, get it together.
Spell check, baby.
Spell check. I realize I talk about some weird stuff because my phone spell checks the dumbest stuff, and then I'm like, wait, I have to say this, don't I? Unless or
Yeah.
it's just saying it, you know. Here we go. Cole says, for the off season, I'm going to dig deep for content where there is none. But thanks y'all getting
Tell us
away this
about it.
weekend for 10 years. And yeah, she hasn't divorced me yet, thankfully. Yeah, we were talking about that today. We were like, my God, how do you make content in a space that everybody's went to sleep in? Like we just report what Albert Breer says every day. Albert Breer just wakes up and says, God, today I'm going to talk about Chris Jones may have stumped his toe. And then we're like, Chris Jones stumped his
Man.
toe.
Hey, it is what it is. You have to be hardcore. Like everybody that's in this chat right now, and everybody that watches our content or Cole's content, anybody's content at this time of the year, you are the real of the real. You know, the hardcore of the hardcore Chief fans, because there's a lot of people that love the Chiefs, but they don't football in the off season. You know what I mean? It's casual. They'll glance at it, but you guys are putting in time, really keeping up with everything, man. So
Right.
you guys are the
Brian
real
says
ones.
Danny wants line dance lessons. I don't
Line
know.
dance lessons. Hey, I could see Cole line dancing.
Cole with a two bomb.
Cole with
said
the
I was
two bomb, baby.
He said I was 22. Danny was 21 when we got married. Wild. That is wild, man. Be
That's
grateful
awesome,
you're
though.
not 40. I hit the 040. Woo.
Oof.
I
That
feel
means I'm 2 years from
140.
there.
I do. I
Scary
feel
stuff.
140. Hey, man, 80 people in the chat. 80 people in the live. Sorry. I said the chat, but you are in the chat. Who knows? Click that like button. If you haven't already, hit that sub button, because while we're trying to get to 10K, we are almost there. I can smell it, Steve.
Almost.
10K.
I'm predicting it right now. I'm predicting
10K
it right now.
smells like cheesecake.
We'll hit
or
it. We'll hit it by the end of
Actu-
tomorrow.
Actually,
We're gonna
I
hit
feel
it by
like
the end
that
of tomorrow.
cheesecake is that clabbered milk that I spit everywhere. I'm getting
Oof,
used to that
can't believe
lately.
I still can't believe you did that, man. I have that bottle up there. I've been debating on what to do with it, and every time I see it, I think about you taking a drink of that clabbered milk and just gagging.
Jack Green with a 2 bomb. He says, no Haley, $2.
Man,
Man, Haley's
Look,
got to get
we-
back
we
on
messed-
here, or Jack's
we
never
messed
going to
up by having Haley on the show. So, Jack, what if we would have never had Haley on the show to begin with?
He's
See,
out.
we did you a service, my man. We did you a service, my man.
Jack, we
I think
appreciate
Jack,
you, brother.
Jack Green might have been the Tank 9 last night over in How About Those Chiefs, so.
I
I'm
think
not
he
mistaken.
was. I think Jack threw in the Cole's beer fund. Yeah, man. K. Wayne. I have to bring this one up. He said, I've moved equipment for the Chiefs to St. Joe's before. Truck driving,
Nice.
I guess. That's awesome, man.
That's pretty cool.
I'm going to have you sneak me in there.
Man, it's almost that time of year, man. It's almost that time of year.
Should, yeah, for sure. Julia says, should have at least 20K subs. Julia, I agree with
Hey.
you. I'm going to tell you why we don't have 20K subs, Julia. YouTube is trash.
He's lying. YouTube's the reason why we have almost 10K. But you know why we don't have 20K? These ugly mugs, man.
Trash. YouTube's trash. I fight YouTube all the time. I'm going to fight them continuously until they decide to work with me instead of against me.
Mike gonna get on one of his. Don't get off your soapbox.
I'm not on it.
You are on your way, my man. You are on your way.
Well, YouTube needs to get it together. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. I just want to know, do you guys watch any of the content that comes from the Sheik Goat Farm? I noticed that
What?
today.
What?
If you go
The sheep
and
goat farm.
if you go, this is how great YouTube is, everybody. If you go to YouTube and you go to the top and you search Chiefs or Kansas City Chiefs, there's like a guy that comes up at the top of the page every day, and his name's Sheik Goat Farm. He's a goat farmer that has only put out like 3 Chief videos, and YouTube will force him down your throat to the point to where like you can't get away from the guy. I had to hide his stuff today because every 5 seconds it was like, "Will you watch the Sheik Goat Farmer?" And I was like, "No, I won't."
Is it just one of those bots,
It's a fake
like
bot.
an AI or something?
YouTube rewards fakes, and then they wonder why their platform's falling apart. Congrats. There it is, bro. Sheik Goat Farmer. I'm sure a guy in Pakistan knows a lot about the Chiefs. A goat farmer from Pakistan knows a lot about the Chiefs.
Hey, you never know.
Probably not. He does have 2
I mean,
videos
we're
on it, so
cooking.
he's very well versed. What we got here? Jared. What's up, Jared? Another cousin, it looks like. He says, "So what do you guys think about bringing in Sue and Fournette?" I'm a no on Sue.
I'm done with that guy. I'm done with that guy. I was for getting Sue last year maybe, and just seeing what he could do in there beside Chris Jones, but terrible attitude. Didn't want to play all year, and then tried to go to the team that he thought was going to win the Super Bowl. Got beat in the Super Bowl. Just bad attitude all around. So
Yeah, I don't like him.
Not a
I
fan.
will. Controversial, maybe, but I would take Leonard Fournette. I think he's got enough left in. He's only 28.
I don't think that's controversial, man. I think he's pretty solid.
Whatever.
I mean, let's be
People
honest.
biting my head off the other day talking about how we have Isaiah Pacheco. We don't need him. I'm like, did I say
Well,
he was going to take his job?
Right. We're not saying he's going to start.
He's going to
But
back
no,
him up.
He'd be a decent piece.
I mean, running back's one of those that you can always have injuries at. So you need to be deep. I'm talking
Right.
deep.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, he's a better safety blanket than Rojo. I
Right.
mean, there's no doubt about that.
Jack said, "I love driving." Jack, you were a truck driver, I guess. That's awesome. He said Kentucky's one of my favorite states. Kentucky's a pretty state. If you stay over
It's
towards
gorgeous,
the east
man.
end, right where you're driving, K. Wayne, Lexington, Nicholasville, all that up through there, pretty. As soon as you get into the trash heap that is Cincinnati and you cross that river, as soon as you cross the Ohio, you're in for it, bro. Don't go to Cincinnati. It sucks. Don't go to Louisville. It is trash. Other than that,
I mean,
Kentucky's pretty good.
people don't want to talk about this, and we don't want to claim them. But Cincinnati is basically Kentucky. Like, let's be honest here. Like,
Yeah.
Cincinnati is basically Kentucky. It's more Kentucky than Ohio, and I mean, literally, Covington and Cincinnati is the same city with the state line in between it.
Yeah.
It's just all there is to it. So, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Kentucky's beautiful, man. If you've never been, I would suggest to anybody. It's a gorgeous state. I mean, we used to drive all over the United States playing music, and it's one of the most beautiful states there is.
Yep. Mike Shoys. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I missed it. I appreciate you being here, Mike. He said if Fournette wants to jump aboard for a minimum, get those 3rd and 1 carries, I'm all for it. The way he
why
sounds,
not?
it sounds like he would pay Brett Veach to come on the roster, the way he's begging. I don't even know. I mean, is that possible? Like if he
Well, I mean,
KCDC,
I don't think we'd have to pay him a lot.
why? Gotta stop watching goat porn.
Hey, don't act like it didn't cross your mind. Like, that's what I was thinking when you're talking about it.
Actually, I didn't think that. It's on YouTube. I don't even think they put that on YouTube. But the Sheik Goat Farmer.
You know how you were talking about how certain things that you type in, it'll suggest it.
Oh, yeah, but that's got to be, that's not like my Google search. That's just YouTube. Julia says these fake titles are getting outrageous. What fake titles? Are you talking about
On
some of
YouTube.
that the Sheik Goat Farmer puts
Yeah,
out?
I mean, I know what I'm not sure if I know what you're talking about, but I do know that.
Should I bring it
a
up?
lot of times, no, a lot of times there'll just be like
He said
titles
no.
that are like, the Chiefs signed DeAndre Hopkins today, or like they'll just
No.
flat out lie to you on it. Yeah, I swear. They
People
do
said
all the
that we
time.
did that Because you wrote a short that said the Chiefs signing DeAndre Hopkins would break the NFL. And everybody stopped reading after you said the Chiefs signing DeAndre Hopkins and didn't read the last 6 words. And then they said clickbait.
Well, that's their fault that they can't read.
That's what I said. I was like, can y'all,
No, but
instead of saying clickbait, just go ahead and take the extra 2 seconds that it took you to say clickbait and read the rest of the title. It'd be
Right.
awesome.
No, I know what Julia's talking about, though. There's some just like blatant, flat out, like ridiculous stuff on there, man, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Doug with the 2 bomb. He says, thanks, Chris Wright.
Appreciate you,
Spending
Doug.
time with the grandkids. Sorry, I could barely see the little time thing.
Mike's losing his eyesight. He hit 40 and he can't see anything anymore.
I mean, on my
I've noticed
computer,
it.
that kind of looks like a piece of
Clock.
cotton, or like a little like an oyster.
It's
or-
blue.
Not on mine. It's white and weird, and it just kind of blends
What?
in.
It's blue.
I don't
What's
know,
happening?
man. Not on mine. I'm on a Mac. It's probably different on the Mac, bruh. Get
I
it
don't know.
together.
Bruh.
How's Kurt? Is he brawling everybody today? Is he home?
Yeah.
Is your internet slow?
No.
Dang it, Kurt.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Jared, yes. If Chris Jones is not here next
Oh, yeah.
year, I will fight. I'll fight somebody. I don't know who I'll fight.
I mean, there's nothing to fight about. Chris Jones is going. They're going to get that done. Chris Jones is just one of those guys that you can't let go. They can't do it. It'd just be stupid. I don't think Brett Veach is going to go that far. Like
I don't either.
Tyreek Hill's one thing. Chris Jones is an entire different thing.
Chris Jones. Did we ever end that poll earlier? I think we did, didn't
Yeah,
we?
I did. Forever ago. 65% said Carlos Dunlap. I mean, if you're looking at what the Chiefs normally do and they keep like that defensive end, I think he's the way to go at this point. I mean, we had, toyed around with the idea of bringing back Justin Houston and letting him retire Chief, maybe getting a ring on his way out. But a lot of people say there's a lot of bad blood with Justin Houston and the Chiefs, whether there is or there's not. I don't know if that's even a possibility or if that would ever happen. But I mean, Justin Houston's still putting up as an old man. I mean, he's still 12 sacks last year. I mean, he's still going. So that's not a bad option there. But I think Carlos Dunlap, he's been here for the whole year. He knows the system, comfortable with the guys. I think it's the way that you go if you're going to get another vet pass rusher for sure. I mean, if he's open to coming back and not retiring, then why not?
Yeah, I agree. I think I figured out why you're echoing, by the way. It's only on my end. I think my audio might be messed up somehow. How's that even possible?
Your audio's not messed up, but maybe your headphones are.
Wait, it stopped. What did I do?
See how this works? Mike always screws something up and he blames me. I get the blame for everything. Little brother gets the blame.
No, it just keeps doing it over and over. I don't know what it would be. Everything on my end's cool. I haven't touched
Y'all
it.
see how this works? You see what he does to me? That guy?
Well, you're the one always messing with crap.
I don't,
know?
though.
This guy messes with stuff. He's like, hey, we're going live in 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and try to refigure our computer. No, Steve, quit updating your computer. He did that one night. We
Yeah.
got ready to jump on and do it.
Yeah,
He had to do an
that's,
automatic update. The
that's
update
never
crashed
happened.
his computer. It did. Don't act like it didn't. The update kicked his internet off for like 2 days. I didn't even know I could do that.
Brian Parrott, you suck.
Everybody at 5%. My God, Brian, I cannot go up any louder, bro.
Who's fun? Let's be honest here. Like, this is a serious question, Brian Parrott. What is 5%? And how can you tell the 5%? Can you just hit the volume up button on your phone? Or whatever? I can hear myself now.
Can you hear me?
No, I'm echoing. You just need to leave your stuff alone. Quit blaming little brother.
You're echoing.
Everybody hit that like button. We appreciate you being here. Talking about Chiefs football when Mike's not being crazy. But yeah, tonight it's all about how's the lineup going to shake out? Like, what's going to happen? Are they going to add any more pieces? Everybody's just sitting around waiting for Chris Jones to fall into place. So that's pretty much where we're at with it. And I don't think that anything's going to happen soon. I could be wrong, but I tell you, some part of me thinks that we're going to wake up one day and you're going to see that Chris Jones' extension is done and then it's on. It's on from there. Will it be before camp though?
Do you think Chris Jones gets signed before we get to St. Joe, or do you think it happens like sometime in the middle? Like, do you think he'll miss any practice time?
I wouldn't doubt it. It wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time.
Didn't he miss a little bit last year or the last time?
It wasn't last year. It was maybe
That's what I mean. Like, but the last time his contract came up.
2-3 years ago. Yeah, he wasn't there.
Yep. Gary Holland says, Mike and Steve, besides Mahomes and Kelsey, who be the Chiefs' strongest unit on the team this year?
Like offensively or just like overall?
Like combo?
Like a combo? I don't know, man. It could go a few ways. If we're talking combos, I think Snead and McDuffie, that'd be a good one. Heck, you can look at the linebackers, Bolton and Gay, or Tranquil, throw him in the mix. If you're talking offense, I mean, it's the Mahomes and Kelsey show, pretty much. But I think Sky Moore's going to have a good little breakout year here. That's my prediction.
Right. Cole, he's still laughing at Albert Breer. Someone recently asked me, who the hell are Albert Breer's sources? He's never been right about anything in his life.
We were laughing at Albert Breer yesterday because he came out with that thing that said Chris Jones will be signed before camp. And it's like, or by camp. And it's like, well, what a genius, you know. Like everybody knows that's pretty much what's going to happen. So, good call there, buddy. Glad you have the inside sources, Albert Breer.
My inside sources told me that Patrick Mahomes,
who even is Albert Breer,
will be the starting quarterback. He works for Sports Illustrated. That's about all you need to know.
Meh.
Julie says Mike's sending me into a fifth dimension, messing with the audio. What's my audio?
See, do you like how we started this off and he gave me crap about it? Like
your audio was echoing.
And come to find out, it's you. It was you though.
How's it me? Have I been echoing the whole time? No.
Sweet Jesus! Did everybody just witness what just happened? This guy's out of his mind.
I'm not.
All right.
You said it was my problem. I was completely fine. I don't even know what Julie is talking about because I haven't touched anything.
God. See what I deal with here?
Yeah, he deals with a smart dude who knows a lot. Jared says, I think we're done making moves. We got who we got, and that's that. I think that's why we beefed up the defense the way we did, because we'll be playing from behind a lot this year. I don't know if they think they're going to be playing from behind, Jared. But I think they're probably done.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. They're going to do something. I mean, at minimum, they're going to get Chris Jones restructured and turn around and get Carlos Dunlap back for a year. They're not done.
You think they have to get Dunlap back? I don't even think they got to do that, do they? Just let the young guy
play. They're missing. There's a hole there. I mean, is there not? Frank Clark's gone. I mean, Joshua Kando, Malik Herring, all those guys, they need to go. They're not making the squad.
Dude, it wouldn't surprise me if they just don't let Malik Herring make the squad this year or something.
Why?
I don't know. It just wouldn't surprise me.
I think that they
got O'Menihue. What about O'Menihue? They signed him to take that role.
It's too obvious. We've talked about this a million times. Last 4 or 5 years, they've valued that vet defensive end that can rotate in, and they have just lost the closest thing they had to that with Frank Clark. So I mean, I think they're going to do something.
Cole, back on the member. Cole, welcome to the ACU crew, brother. Good to have
that's
you.
Still hanging out. Who did the 5? Oh, Ty with the 5 get that. I didn't even see that, man. Appreciate you, Ty.
Ty with the 5. Let me welcome in. How about those Chiefs? Cole is now a member. Congrats. The real Cato.
Part of the ACU crew, my man.
Gerard Vera, Gary, and Jackson Coleman. A welcome. Appreciate having everyone.
I mean, the best part of being a member, Cole, is you can put the slap nuts emoji up.
You can slap nuts it.
I thought that's what everybody was a member for.
Everybody welcome Cole with the slap nuts, please. Spam slap nuts for Cole. Welcome to the crew. A little slap nuts for Cole. Cole, I want to get you on here sometime on a Saturday night tailgate. You can't do it this week, because why? You and Danny's going out for the anniversary. But maybe one of these Saturdays, if you don't have nothing better to do, you'll come on and hang for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I think people would enjoy that.
I mean, you can send Danny. She can come on hang, and you can just stay with the kids if you want. We'll let her answer questions from the Chiefs chat.
Man, she probably knows a lot more about it than most people just from, she lives it daily. I know my girl, she's probably tired of hearing about the Chiefs. It's 24/7 around here, baby.
I wish I could do the pizza emoji. I can't even do it.
Yeah, well, you have to be on YouTube's, like the YouTube.
Oh,
live
okay,
stream,
yeah.
the
Gotcha.
interface. Yeah, you can't do it from StreamYard.
Starting to look like Chinese writing. How about those Chiefs? Cole says, yeah, he's down for a Saturday. Good deal. Would be honored. No, the honor is ours, Cole. Danny, go talk with ACU and I'll watch the kids. What would she say? You think she'd even do that? She'd be like,
what?
I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
Nah, I could see it now. What are you talking about, dude? Talking about the weird guys that had our address?
Yeah.
Throwing her to the wolves there.
Friday. Man, I'm thirsty. I don't have nothing to drink. I gotta be like Cole. I gotta get my own delivery system. Steve's drinking apple pie or something. What's that say? Fuji apple.
Fuji apple. Some kind of sparkling water. It's delicious. I don't know if anybody's had these. They're pretty good. That's what I've been drinking here.
What?
It's no Tank 7, but
Rock Chalk says it does feel like we're done adding to the squad. Yeah, it depends. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Steve thinks we're going to sign. I don't even know who he thinks we're signing at this point.
There's going to be something else happen. It's not done. There's no way it's done. I just don't see it.
Yeah, but is it somebody worth news? Or is it, we signed Johnny Slapnuts over here to play tight end for a week?
Well, I mean, that's not what was said. I mean, I still think at the very least Johnny Slapnuts is going to play for the Chiefs. No, I think there'll be at least, something else go down. It's too much stuff that could happen, right, for everything to just sit. I mean, once they get Chris restructured, they have money available. They have options. They still need that veteran defensive end. Why not Carlos Dunlap if he wants to come back? I think he'll do it for like a minimum, league minimum, and that'd be what it is.
Okay. I don't know. I just don't know.
I think it could get much crazier than that.
I don't know if we'll invest anything else at the defensive end position. Maybe we do. I feel like defensive tackle's a little more of a...
So what's your rotation right now? So you got... So you
I've
think
got
that it's
Carl
going to be...
Loftus.
Right, Mike Dana.
And Omenihu starting. And then I
know
think
that.
Dana. And I think you've got B.J. Thompson is going to work in. You got Felix and Udike working in. I think they only took 5 last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so you're going to run with 2 rookies, a guy in his second year.
You're going to cut B.J. Thompson?
They're going to cut Joshua Kane,
So you're going to bring in 6. I'm just saying how many they bring in last year. They only brought in 5 defensive ends, didn't they, on the final roster? Or was it 6? I don't remember.
So you think they will roll with I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know who you cut. Or, I mean, do you send B.J. Thompson after you draft him in the 5th round to the practice squad for the year?
Yeah, I don't know. It is going to be interesting to see how it plays out, but I don't know, man. I just don't think they're done. I think they're going to do something. I think something's going to get done. I don't know what. Like you said, it might not be a big splash, but Johnny Slapnuts might make the squad. What's going on, Night Hunter? Good to see you.
Sorry, guys. Trying to catch up on chat here. I'm way down here. I don't know what happened.
I feel like I missed a 5 gifted from Chris Wright. If I did, sorry. Appreciate you, my man.
Let me check that for you. Chris Wright did gift. Chris Wright with the 5. Stephen Bill. Oh, wait a second. It jumped on me. Yep, Stephen Bill, Brad Harris, John Usher, Tim Hollaback, and Night Haunter gifted memberships. Awesome.
Nice.
Welcome to the crew.
Chris 5 Gifted Wright. Chris dropping nukes right. He has a lot of good nicknames.
He does. Chris, I'm from Colorado, right? Chris actually wrote us on an email, and he came up with a pretty good idea. He said that if you've ordered any ACU merch to go somewhere in the place where you're from, like he's from Colorado, I think. So he said he would go somewhere cool and take a picture in the merch, and then like we could put it in maybe our intro videos or something. I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, if you guys got any pictures wearing merch or something, throw it to allchiefedup@gmail.com. We'll do something with it.
Chris Wright. I know Chris Wright's good at full of good ideas, right? Yep.
Brenda with a 5 bomb for a Tank 7 or a drink to be delivered to Mike. Yes, thank you. Can I DoorDash a drink? Just a drink?
Can you imagine that driver just being so mad?
He's like, this idiot. You better bring me some Eagles tears. 2 weeks old and warm, please.
Hey, we appreciate the 5, Brenda.
Chris, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
That's awesome. You know what? You know who I haven't seen in a minute? Chris made a buddy named Lenny Dawson.
Oh yeah, Lenny. Lenny sleeps a lot.
Lenny.
He shows up
sleeping through everything.
Yeah, he must work. He must work nights or something because he misses. Like he'll show up like 5 minutes to go, and he's like, "Man, I missed it." It's like, sorry, my man.
Oh, Lenny. So you seriously think the Chiefs are just completely done? Completely done. You don't think that they will add anybody to the roster?
Well, I mean, they have to restructure Chris Jones because we have $400,000. So we're done till we do that. So that means we're done till camp, presumably. You don't usually tend to sign people while you're in camp. I mean, there might be like a roster or a camp, maybe a camp casualty gets cut and you bring them in or something, but I don't know, man. I just don't see no big splashes. I just feel like Veach is, I don't know. I feel like they're just confident with what we got. Like, I feel like they're content with the wide receiver room. They've seen them enough. Like, at first, I think maybe D-Hop was a good idea, and now that we've seen them go and go and go, once we get the pads on a little bit, I think they're going to just be like, hey, I think these guys can do it. Who knows? So I just don't know.
I mean,
but they could.
D-Hop would be nasty. Let's just get that straight. I know a lot of people don't care about him being here. They think he's going to cost too much, this and that. But, I mean, if they were able to acquire him, it's going to be nasty, dude. Like, it's all there is to it. The guy's a beast. It would change our offense. It goes into a whole new stratosphere. Like, I mean, we already have the best offense in the league, and it's just going to be that much better. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It just depends on how bad Veach wants to get that done, because we know he had interest. Him and Andy both had interest, so we'll see. Well, I don't think anything is off the table at the moment. I think a lot of different things could happen. That's why I tend to think that there's going to be something else happen. Because there's so many things. So many.
Well, I was thinking, offense, defense, 11 on 11. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday. You don't usually have to account for a quarterback. So it's usually 11 on 10. It's very rare they run QB spies or anything. So that's why like these RPOs and these like run first quarterbacks can succeed, because half the time they're just getting out of the pocket and ain't nobody watching them. But it's 11 on 10, presumably. Defense, favorite of the defense. Kelsey automatically pulls 2 people. So now the Chiefs are even. If you put D-Hop on the field and D-Hop has to demand the double team, you're essentially running against what? 8 defenders?
Patrick Mahomes,
he's going to eat that alive.
You have to plan for one. Like you can't double team both of them. And I mean, if you get to the point where you feel that's necessary, or you think that's even something, if you're bold enough to try that, Kadarius Toney's going to kill you.
Dude, what about Sky Moore? He's just going to eat you alive.
They could run Kadarius Toney out of the slot, Sky Moore out of the slot. They could absolutely tear these guys up, dude.
The more I thought about it,
it's a whole new level.
Some guy told me today.
Good luck.
Some guy told me today that we were wrong about Rashee Rice. That Andy Reid is going to be forced to play him more, because we were deeper last year, and they didn't have to play Sky Moore. And this year, we have no choice but to play Rashee Rice, and he's definitely going to go for 800 to 1,000 yards. I don't know how you're seeing it.
Why are we forced?
I feel like we're deeper at wide receiver. Well, not deeper, but we're all in that chunk. You know what I mean? Like we got to look at a little clump of goodness at wide receiver, like a little.
Yeah. No, I think you'll see similar to Sky Moore last year. It might be a little bit more work than he got,
Little clump.
but I think 500 yards less, like and under, is probably what we're looking at with Rasheed in his rookie season. Rock Chalk Chief says, is Butker good to go? He kind of got sketched there for a sec after he got hurt. Man, he had a rough year, man. He had a rough go at it. He had an ankle injury, and it was pretty bad. And as a kicker, that sucks when you're plant foot. Like, that's tough. And then he had to change his entire way of kicking. I mean, he changed everything just to compensate for it. And he struggled there for a minute because he was in the middle of, changing his entire routine and how he does things. And he was dealing with the injury on top of that. So, I mean, Butker was clutch when we needed Butker. It's weird because I saw I think it was KCSN, they put up a graphic and it was like, what's the most clutch, play of all time for the Chiefs or whatever, for this franchise? And I tend to think Wasp has to be up there. But a lot of people were putting Jerick McKinnon sliding down in the Super Bowl. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, props to Jerick McKinnon. That was a smart play. But granted, everybody in the huddle was told, do not go in the end zone, go down. Like, it's not like, he pulled that out of his butt and he was just a genius. Everyone knew that they had to get down. They couldn't take a touchdown. So, I mean, like I said, props to Jerick McKinnon, but I think that is blown way out of proportion.
Hey, how much time was on the clock when he did that?
Well, either way, I'm just sitting here thinking, man, like, how is Jerick McKinnon doing something that anyone should have done in that situation? How is that more clutch than Butker just hitting the game-winning field goal? Like, why does Butker get screwed? Butker was clutch when we needed him last year. Granted, he missed some here and there. He had some troubles, but when we needed it, he came through. So I was thinking about that, so it was not funny.
And I don't know.
Butker's fine. I just had stuttered. I sound like I was stuttering. I was trying to say, but Butker's fine. He's fine.
My point was, like, when McKinnon slid down, there was, like, what, a minute on the clock? Something like that? Close to a minute, right around. But look, if he goes in the end zone, the Chiefs are still up. Do you still think Slapnuts would have drove them all the way down the field and scored a touchdown in that amount of time? I don't even know if that was possible. Everybody was like, if he wouldn't have done that, the Chiefs would have lost. And I'm like, our defense was playing really well. You think that running back is going to usher them down the field in less than a minute with no timeouts? I don't even know if that would happen.
Smart move, definitely the right move to make. No doubt about it. But I do feel like it's blown out of proportion for a couple different reasons. But yeah, I just feel like Butker should be appreciated. I think Butker's a really, really good kicker. Granted, sometimes he'll drive you crazy because he'll miss an extra point here or there, something like that. But I feel like he's super clutch. Like, Butker, to me, I feel more comfortable with this guy at like 45 out. Like, I feel like it's like this dude's going to make a 50-yarder.
I'd rather have Butker kicking 50 yards than an extra point.
Yeah, I mean, Butker's a gem, man. You got to love the guy. I dig it. I think he's going to be just fine.
Butker. When you're born with a name like Butker, I think you have to be tough. You have to be a tough guy. Right?
Maybe. I'm sure the kids were nice to him in school. You okay over there, Mike?
Trying to catch up and chat. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up, so do what you need to do. Don't want to miss anybody. Don't want to miss anybody.
Night Hunter said, Steve, go watch the play again after he went down. He also stepped out of bounds, killing the play, and any attempt of the Eagles trying to push him in. I think I don't know. So him giving himself up, he didn't have to go. They couldn't push him in at that point.
Right. The play was, if he makes the attempt to slide, he gives himself up. It's the play's dead.
They didn't count him as out of bounds, did they? The clock kept running.
Yeah, I think that was the point of the play, is he kept the clock going, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's just one of them things. It was a smart play, and I appreciate what he did there, not being selfish and everything, but I guarantee you everybody in the on that team heard in the huddle, do not go in the end zone, go down, because we can run this clock out, kick a field goal, and win the Super Bowl. So, I mean, I think that was fresh on everybody's mind.
Do you remember? I don't remember how many timeouts the Eagles had. I think they had to burn one
It
or
doesn't
two,
matter.
right?
Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. Regardless, the Chiefs won, and it was awesome. That's all that matters, baby.
Every Tribe Coffee is in the house. He says, yo, I'm here. Now let's get the party started.
Better late than never, baby. That's what I always say.
Dwayne Lee Jr. What's up, Dwayne? He said, what's up, guys? Just got out of class. What did I miss?
Man, you didn't miss much. We're just kind of BSing around tonight, to be honest. There ain't a whole lot going on.
Right.
We kind of had a little fun earlier, just kind of speculating, like, if the Chiefs sign that veteran defensive end that they like to keep on the team, Carlos Dunlap said he's open to coming back. What would be better if they sign him or Yannick Ngakoue? I can't say that guy's name, but we kind of threw that out there. It seemed like most people, us included, were on the Carlos Dunlap side. So that's pretty much all you miss. That and some other randomness.
Julia, if Justin Reed underperforms, does Veach move off of him?
I don't think he's going to. I think Justin Reed's going to break out somewhat this year. I think we saw flashes of what Justin Reed could do last year. He was all over the field. He was really good. A lot of people were down on him, but I feel like he was pretty dang solid. And he even said, hey, I'm just now learning, it took me until the end of the season to learn that our defense. So,
I mean, wasn't his biggest...
I don't think that's a problem, Julia. I don't.
His biggest blunder last year was, like, talking trash about the Bengals.
Yeah, he's got to get better at his trash talk.
But I will say...
That was pretty weak. That was weak.
He did pretty good, though. On the guy he said he's going to shut down, the guy only had, like, one catch, didn't he? So, I mean, he actually did shut the guy down. Maybe
yeah, I mean,
catches,
I don't think that'll be a problem, Julia. I mean, I didn't really put that much thought into him just being like having a bad season or anything, because I just don't think he's going to. I think at worst, Justin Reed's going to be solid.
Lewis says D-Hop hasn't had a 1,000 receiving yard in 2 years. Don't say the excuses like he was suspended or injured.
What do you mean? That's exactly why he didn't have 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah, I mean, he only played, what, he missed 7 games last year? 8?
He was suspended for 6.
That's what I'm saying. So he was suspended for 6.
The crazy
he still
thing
had
about
like
him,
700 or 800 yards, didn't he?
Dude, it's insane.
He'd have only had to average like 40 yards a game to get 1,000 yards last year. And that's with Kyler Murray.
He played 9 games last year with Kyler freaking Murray and went for 717 yards.
So over his 6 games he missed, he had to get what, 380 yards to break 1,000?
Yeah, well, here's my thing.
No,
you can
200.
Take D-Hops. You can take D-Hops like what, 10 years in the league or something like that. I think he's been in the league 10 years. You can average it out. D-Hop averages over 1,100 yards per season. That's insane. And I mean, I don't see what a lot of people are saying where they say he's missing a step now and he's kind of taking a step back and this and that. But if you watch the tape from last year, dude, man, he's good. He's good.
Yep. Samuel, what's up, man? He says, how do you guys feel about Justin Ross having a low relative athletic score, the RAS score, 2 out of 10? How much do y'all think these athletic scores matter? The Chiefs like to look at the RAS score, I do believe. We always tend to go to the top of the RAS charts. I will say Nico Remillo doesn't have a very good RAS score, but I think his was 4 out of 10. He's a little shiftier, though, than he looks on the RAS score. The RAS score projects several things. Like, it'll knock you down on height, weight, what they think a height, weight is. Justin Ross was knocked down because Justin Ross is not very quick, and he's not very fast straight line speed either. Like, he's just not a speedy wide receiver. He's not going to get open. Somebody told me yesterday, they're like, Justin Ross is not a slot receiver like you all said. And I was like, well, Justin Ross took 52% of his snaps his senior year of college in the slot because he can only get open on linebackers and safeties. You put him out there on a corner, and if he don't body him, it's a jump ball all day. If that corner, he can't get out of the corner's pocket, like he can't do it. But
here's my thing about it.
Yeah,
like the RAS score is not everything. If you watch Nico Remigio's tape, he's a 4 RAS score, something like that. It doesn't do him justice because I mean the guy's electric, man. Like if you watch his tape, he's good. He's explosive. He's a playmaker. You don't even think about that. Justin Ross, though, everybody's kind of putting him out there as we don't need no D-Hop. We have Justin Ross. Justin Ross is going to be the next whatever. And, everybody's super pumped and, super supportive of Justin Ross. And that's cool. I am as well. But if you look, this guy had a 2.64 RAS score. His 40-yard dash is a 4.64. Man, that's insanely slow, to be honest. For a guy that you think is going to be a wide receiver 1, that's not good.
Man, when he
20.
when he come
Yeah,
out, they expected him to run a lot faster than that, and he just didn't do it. But see, I think he ran that though when he was going through all these injuries too. So
I hope that's had something to do with it because his 10-yard split was bad. His 20-yard split was bad. I mean, he can't jump. His vertical's not good.
jump means bad vert means you're not very explosive. That's what they'll look at there. So that broad jump
Right,
and different things, that's an explosive.
you're talking
thing.
about a guy that doesn't get a lot of separation. So he's 6'4". I mean, he's going to be playing jump ball. I mean, I don't know. There's lots of things you could talk about with Justin Ross that kind of will scare you off of thinking that he's going to be the next big thing. If you look at it objectively, I think that Justin Ross has all potential in the world and high ceiling, but geez.
Thinking about it, you kind of think that like, hey, Rashee Rice is kind of Justin Ross, but he's not. Rashee Rice is only 6'1" tops, right? He's like 6 foot, 6'1", so he's shorter by 4 inches, but he's so much faster. Like Rashee Rice almost plays the Andy Reid receiver better, like that little stocky run after the catch guy that can get open in the slot. That's Rashee Rice, to be honest, even though he looks like a monster on tape.
Just to put what you're saying into perspective, Rashee Rice, okay, Justin Ross had a 2.64 out of 10 RAS score, so relative athletic score, for those of you that don't know what that is. It's a possible 10. Justin Ross had a 2.64. Rashee Rice is a 9.53 out of 10.
Yeah.
So they're night and day different athletes.
And
like,
might I
insane.
add, they were calling, with a 9.53, people are calling Rashee Rice a possible bust at almost a 10 RAS score. So
Right,
if you
because I don't mean
wonder,
everything, but
I get it, but if you wonder why Justin Ross didn't get drafted, I mean, yeah, injuries was a big part of it, but that RAS score and his testing did not help him very much. He was going to slide before the injuries come out anyway. I think the difference is he maybe could have snuck into round 6, 7, but then the injuries got him at the UDFA level. Kurt Patterson says it was Justin Reed's first year in the system. Everyone calm down.
yeah, I agree.
I agree, Kurt. Good to have you here.
Man, he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad last year at all. I don't think Julia was being worried about it. I think she was just asking a question. But I mean, he was kind of brought in here to kind of do what Honey Badger was doing. He's not exactly the same player as Honey Badger, but I think that he can be just, he can be pretty effective.
I think he's versatile. I think he can get all over the field, kind of like Honey Badger did. And I think Justin Reed can hit harder than Honey Badger, to be honest.
Especially, in Honey Badger's old man years, anyway, he don't hit nobody anymore.
Dude, if you watch that where Justin Reed knocked Tyreek Hill out, like that was a hit right there.
Yeah, Plain Rock says, have you seen Justin Reed lately? He's looking buff. Dude been hitting a gym in his second year, learning a new system. He's definitely ready to show out. He does seem to be pretty confident and thinking he's out. Like he's shown that he's been putting the work in this offseason. I think he's having a good time with it, and I think he's ready to just come out here and show Kansas City what he can do, because I feel like he thinks that he underachieved a little bit last year. Even though he was pretty solid, I think he thinks that he underachieved some. So I think he's ready to come out and go off. So Mike, you even talked about him maybe being one of the breakout players.
Oh, yeah, I think he's going to be a breakout player. I think we actually put a poll up on Facebook, community poll, who's going to have a bigger breakout year this year in year 2. Would it be MVS or Justin Reed? And actually MVS won that. Kind of surprising to me, because I thought a lot of Chiefs Kingdom had moved on from MVS already. There was even a lot of people saying MVS should be cut. But MVS won the poll over. I think that's just everybody sleeps on our defense, even our own people. I don't think people are.
Yeah.
I think they're underestimating how good this team's going to be.
Lewis, you got to lighten up on D-Hop here. He says D-Hop can bring drugs to KC since he was suspended for them. He wasn't suspended for drugs. He was suspended for, probably the equivalent of taking the wrong supplement from GNC. Because, I mean, the way they do this stuff, man, it's like there's so many little things here and there. They might not even think they're taking something they're not supposed to. And it can come get them. So, I mean, it wasn't like he was out here, hitting up the streets, high off his gourd or anything. I think it was just, I guarantee you whatever he was taking, a lot of other people probably do the same crap. So,
yeah, it says that he had traces of a drug called Ostarine. And by traces, really small traces. 0.100 is allowed, and he had 0.134. So only literally like if he would have took one less lick off the lollipop, he had it. No, but I don't know what the drug is. But apparently they say it's called a selective androgen receptor modulator. I have no idea what that means. But it says it's not approved for human use or consumption in the U.S. It's prohibited under the S1 anabolic agent. So they're classifying it as like possibly a steroid, I guess. But to be honest, it says this exact same drug is being tested right now by the United States on a trial basis to treat osteoporosis and forms of cancer. So it's so bad that it might cure cancer and osteoporosis, and he got banned for it. So
I don't know. I just think it's one of them things where he was probably taking a supplement and
yeah, it's something that, dude, they do that all the time. You'll take something from GNC and they'll put it on a list, and then boom.
Right. Tribe Coffee says, I admit it's going to be really hard for John Ross to make the roster. So what happens to him when he doesn't make the 53? Practice squad, or will he get scooped up by another team? I think he will be on the practice squad. And I don't know if anybody else will scoop him up. So, I mean, he could be on the practice squad all freaking year.
John Roster. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he makes the team. A lot of people are like, man, I think John Ross is a lock. And I'm like, I don't know how you can make him a lock.
I don't know. Yeah, no.
If we take 7.
Maybe I had him confused with Justin Ross.
Yeah, if we take 7 over 6, he's got a shot. He's got a shot at the 7th spot. You take 6, I don't think he makes it in at 6. At least for me,
John
I wouldn't do it.
Says that, I think he's talking about, clarify if you mean John Ross or Justin Ross.
I think he's meaning Justin, surely.
I don't know. We'll see. I want to know. Let's know, John. Kurt Patterson, what's going on, my man? He says you can't be excited about wide receiver James for 600 yards with D. Jones, but complaining about 800 yards from D-Hop with Kyler Murray. Yeah, that's a good that's a good point. That's a fair point. I think people that are saying that D-Hop didn't perform the last 2 years are really reaching on that, because when he was on the field, man, he was very, very effective, and that was with Kyler Murray, man. Is what it is.
Sam says Antonio Brown had a RAS score of 3.86. RAS score's not everything. Like we've already said that. There's somebody on our roster that don't have a very good RAS score that actually done pretty good, but for the majority, RAS score hits pretty good. Like you can have the outliers, but it's pretty good. Like they at least get you in the right direction.
Right. Ty with the 5 bomb here. He says, we have a lot of wide-out talent, plus Kelsey. Think Sky will break out. Agreed. Other teams are going to feel slapped nuts coming from every direction. No, you're exactly right, Ty. And, I mean, that's my thing with the whole D-Hop thing. It's like, do I really care if we get D-Hop? I'm not going to be sad if we don't. I'm not. I think that we're great. I think we're in really good position. But if you get D-Hop, he even put a tweet out the other day. He said, I just want whatever wide receiver core I'm coming to play with, I want them to know I'm going to make their job so easy. And it's true. Like, I mean, if he's on this team and him and Kelsey's garnering all these double teams, what do you think Sky, Kadarius Toney, MVS, and these guys are going to do? Richie James, whoever it is, whoever makes the squad, they're going to eat. They're going to eat with those two guys on the field. No doubt about it.
I went back and watched a bunch. I don't remember the game. It was a game from last year. And I kept noticing, who did we use to stretch the field last year instead of Tyreek Hill? It was MVS. On 90% of the time the field got stretched, it was MVS. Does MVS warrant a double team? No, not really. But I swear to you, every time Patrick Mahomes threw that deep ball, he was doubled and triple teamed. They don't want to double and triple team it, but the thing is, when you drop into zones and you play quarters and things like that, those safeties and linebackers and corners do not want to give up big plays, and you'll see them routinely just start trailing a guy that they're afraid is going to get behind them. And so that's what I'm saying. If D-Hop's taking 2 people off the snap, he's probably getting a safety and a safety and a corner. You've probably got a safety and a linebacker coming over for Kelsey. Who does that leave? 1 linebacker and 3 slapnut corners to have to guard 3 wideouts? That's all man-to-man. So you can't go MVS triple team over the top anymore. What's MVS going to do beating you down the field? Because D-Hop's not doing the stretch the field thing. That's not happening.
No, but I think what people are forgetting about DeAndre Hopkins is just throw the ball in that man's vicinity and he's going to catch it. I think everybody forgets that the most basic thing about DeAndre Hopkins is if you throw the ball in his vicinity, he's coming down with it. It don't matter if there's 2 guys there, 3 guys there. If the ball's a little off target, it does not matter. That guy will come down with the ball. And that's something that you cannot take lightly. That's not something that a lot of guys can do. I mean, look at MVS, for example. He's a guy that won't high point a ball to save his life. He won't come back for a ball aggressively. He'll sit there and wait for it. This is a different class of receiver. That's all there is to it.
Doesn't that separates MVS from having a good year to a breakout season if he would just attack the football? If we can get him to attack the football and get it at the high point, MVS's career turns on a dime. I think immediately he could be a number 1 in this offense with Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, if he could just get a little more aggressive, man, toughen up a little bit, man. I think he could, but he is awful scrawny. He's a pretty skinny guy. So, I mean, I don't know how physical he can be, but
right,
it would help him.
Sam says, what contracts do we need to think about after this year? Should we save money for them via not getting another free agent after Jones' extension? Yeah, we have to look forward to the future a little bit. Like, we talked about this the other day a little bit. Let me see. Nick Bolton was a second-round pick. Creed was a second-round pick. So they are not eligible to have the 5th-year option. So that means this year they're going into their 3rd year. Most of the time, if they're a player of that caliber, they do not want to play on their rookie contract 4th year. So you usually have to sign them at the end of their 3rd year, especially if they're good. And both of those guys are good. They're franchise players at their position. Both of those guys next offseason is going to have to get a contract, I believe. I don't see – do you see Nick Bolton or Creed Humphrey? I know they're good dudes and everything, but their agents are going to be like, look, you guys are not going into your 4th year of a rookie contract and playing for that measly crap. I just don't see neither one of them doing that. So I think you got to lock them both up. And then Willie Gay's coming up.
Those are guys that you don't want to lose, those 2.
Right. And Willie Gay, Trey Smith, all those guys are coming up this year. So
that was an interesting poll that you had actually put out, Mike, in the community tab. I think it was
if you could keep
Trey
one.
Smith. If you could only keep one, which one would it be? Trey Smith or Willie Gay? Overwhelming majority said Trey Smith, which is the correct answer, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Dude, you would be surprised how many people said that Willie Gay, being a fast, athletic linebacker, was harder to replace than a right guard.
Yeah, I mean, I could see where they're coming from with that, but at the same time, it's like, no, I just don't. Like, Drew Tranquil can probably do a lot of what Willie Gay does.
Right.
Let's just put it that way. So, I mean, you kind of already have a guy that can do a lot of what Willie Gay is doing.
If guard is not that good of a position, if any Joe Schmo can do it, why did we pay Tooney so much money?
Right.
What about our boy from Kentucky, Darian Kennard? He could play right guard, but is he going to be as effective as Trey Smith? Probably not. So that's what I'm saying. I think Trey Smith in protecting Mahomes is a lot better than losing a.
I see some similarities there that a lot of people don't know. If you haven't really done your research on Darian Kennard, I see a lot of similarities with Trey Smith.
They're mean.
The way that he plays, mean. He'll finish plays, and he's going to let you know about it. So yeah, I mean, it's cool to have that. I mean, what if Kennard gets to come in and take over that left side when Tooney's done? Because we can't pay Tooney again. It's just not going to happen. So when Tooney's done, what if Darian gets in there and balls out just like Trey, and we're just like the meanest, nastiest offensive line? That'd be awesome.
Yep, I hear you. K. Wayne says, do we need D-Hop? No. Could he help? Yes. That's kind of been our sentiment the whole offseason. I know people are like, man, you guys love D-Hop. You like talking about him. It's a hot story. I don't know what to tell you. It's a hot story. This is the biggest story in all of football. We're in the middle of the offseason. We're in the dog days of summer, even though it just now turned summer officially, but it feels like we've been here forever. I think we're all on board. I think D-Hop just makes a good team better. And the downfalls of D-Hop, he's a little pricey. He's a little older. He takes maybe a roster spot away from a younger guy that maybe we wanted to have a better look at, like a Justin Ross. Or even though I think Justin Ross is still going to make the team with D-Hop, you may have to cut somebody like a Richie James, which I don't know. The more I watch Richie James, I think Richie James can do well. Do you remember last year, Steve? Or it might have been when he was I think it was last year with the Giants. He was the number 1 fantasy wide receiver like 3 straight weeks or something like that. It was insane.
Was he?
Yeah, like there was at one point he had more receiving yards than like 2 entire teams. I think one week he got like 200 yards receiving or something. I don't even remember it though. That's how under the radar that guy is.
Yeah. Hey, don't run. He says Willie Gay is so underrated. I agree with that somewhat. I do think Willie Gay's underrated. I think he's very, very good. A lot of people outside of Kansas City don't really know about Willie Gay. They don't really give him that much credit, but the man can play football. Super athletic guy. You want to talk about RAS scores? I bet his was up there super high.
Yeah, I bet Willie Gay's way off the charts. Do that.
Go look at it.
Sam says, who makes the 53, Deion Bush or Najee Johnson? I think right now, they give it to Najee for his special team ability. I actually thought Deion Bush wasn't going to make the roster this year. I actually thought they were just going to take 3 safeties because you've got the option of making Shamari Connor a safety, and you're not going to cut Shamari Connor after trading up for him in the 4th. So, yeah, I actually thought you would kind of dip a safety out. But I tell you what, Deion Bush is still making plays. He had a couple picks the other day in the OTAs, so he's fighting hard, man. Deion Bush is good at special teams too, so you never know. They may take the 4th safety, and heck, Najee can play corner too. I don't think it matters. I think that's another thing that I know Brett Veach and them are doing a lot of. They're getting interchangeable safeties and corners, and they can play anywhere, man. I think that they just like the versatility.
I think so too. That's why I thought that an interesting guy for them in the draft would have, I think would have been that Yasir Abdullah from Louisville. I don't know who ended up taking him, but that would have been an interesting guy in this defense because he's like that tweener.
The linebacker?
Where he was an outside linebacker, but he was kind of like a safety, but he was kind of like an edge rusher. Like, dude was just insane. Just crazy athletic and stuff, and I thought he was interesting. I don't know who ended up with him, but yeah, that is the type of players that they're tending to lean towards these days. Are guys that are interchangeable.
He got drafted by a Chiefs guy. He got drafted by Peterson down there in Jacksonville, I believe. If my memory serves me correct. I think Jacksonville took him. Because when he took him, I was like, leave it to a Chiefs guy to go after a guy like that because he was raw athletic.
Dude, we were on Abdullah.
We thought Abdullah and the other guy from U of L.
Yaya Diaby. And I think he ended up going to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I think Tampa Bay may be him. I think they got him and Kalijah Kancey. And we were like, man, they are just...
Trey Palmer as well.
Yeah. Tampa Bay kind of listened to our podcast. They took our draft.
They were
Any guy that we mentioned, Tampa Bay took him. Like, Tampa Bay was all over
by the way,
up.
Before we get too far out from it, Willie Gay with a 9.7 out of 10 on the RAS score.
Easily.
He was a beast.
Dude, Willie Gay's good. Don't get me wrong. He's awesome.
Right,
if you can make Willie Gay work and everybody else, by all means, please do it. But my thing is, you cannot take Willie Gay over Nick Bolton. You can't take Willie Gay over Creed. And then if you get down to Trey Smith, splitting hairs with the Trey Smith thing, I just think you want to keep Patrick Mahomes upright. I think that's a little bit more important than have a guy that, has some injury history, has a little legal trouble history, but he's athletic.
The good thing about Willie Gay, let's be honest, the good thing about Willie Gay is that he can play sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
He's just fast and athletic, right?
I like Willie Gay.
I mean, it's very hard to replace something like that, but at the same time, I do think he's a little lower on the totem pole than those other guys you just mentioned.
Yeah. I do, but I mean, surely we don't have to get to that, right? I'm with Julia. Bolton, Smith, and Creed are going nowhere. I happen to think that that's the 3 that they're going to very much focus on next offseason.
If one of them were to go for some reason, as much as I would want to throw up, it would be Trey Smith, just because they think they might be able to replace him.
Right. Well, yeah, because Bolton and Creed's definitely staying. I think Smith's the low on that one. To be honest, I probably keep Creed over Nick Bolton, and that saddens me to say, but I think only by like a hair.
Those 2 guys are not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Guarantee you that.
But I tell you, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, we said, somebody threw it out. Was it Julia? If Justin Reed don't perform, will they go off of Justin Reed?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they would come more keeping Justin Reed for year 3 than I think they would MVS if he don't perform again. I think if MVS doesn't perform this year, he may hit the bricks.
Yeah, because they kind of set it up that way. They could keep him for 3 years if he deserved it. or they could kind of get out of it there. So yeah, I'm with you, man. I think he's a guy that really has to step it up this year.
Jack says chat's
one's
heating up.
around.
Oh boy, the chat has been a little snippy tonight. You guys are like fighting
Hey,
back
check
and
it
forth.
out.
D-Hop's polarizing, isn't he?
He is, and we're at 9,878 subscribers. So I'm telling you, I'm predicting this by tomorrow night at this time. We're gonna hit that 10K, baby.
By tomorrow night,
Yes.
you think we're gonna get
Hey,
150 subs? Well,
What do you
125.
think? What do you guys think in the chat? You think we can do that?
I think we'll
it's
get
gonna
it by
happen.
Saturday night. I think Saturday night.
Hey, these
The tailgate will be
beautiful
celebrating.
people, they put in a lot of hard work helping us build this channel, and I
They
have all
have.
the faith in the world that we're gonna hit 10K before tomorrow night's over.
Look, the work's not done. The work's never done. I need all you guys to back out of this chat. Take a moment from the heated chat and hit that like button.
Please.
Just hit that like button. And yeah, man, I tell you, it's fun getting on here. Football we're at a position now, ladies and gents, where it's a little boring. It's a little drab. Cole admits it. Everybody admits it.
Well,
There's
yeah.
nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
We're talking about D-Hop every day. We're talking about hypothetical contracts next year. We're talking about draft picks in 2029. That's what we're
But it
talking
just
about right
shows
now.
you. It just shows you how much we all love Chiefs football.
Shows you the diehard Chief fans, don't it?
Man. There ain't nothing like it. Nothing like it, baby.
Dude, when our chat can get fired up over a hypothetical D-Hop, you know it's all in good fun. Like, we don't got to be mean to nobody. Everybody just can get along. We'll either get D-Hop or we won't. Either way, we're winning another ring
Right.
next year. Put it on this finger. That wasn't Kadarius. Kadarius would throw up the other one.
Yeah, but while we're on the subject though, if you guys are new to the channel, we appreciate you being here. Don't be afraid to get in the chat. We have a great community built up. These are some really good people in the chat, so don't be afraid to get in there and let us know what you think about things. We're good with all different kinds of opinions. Yeah, and whether you've been a Chiefs fan for 50 years or 2 days, it doesn't matter. You're part of Chiefs Kingdom. We'll talk about some Chiefs and some football, baby. So hit that sub button if you haven't, and don't be afraid to get in the chat and hang out, man.
For sure. Shane, what's up, man? He says, I'm here, y'all. I'll catch up tomorrow. Mike and Steve, what's good, ACU crew?
What's going on, Shane? Better late than never, baby.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys tuned in late, YouTube will package this bad boy right after we're done, and they'll release it instantly, or they'll do an official release after like 8 hours or something. I don't know what they do. But yeah, you can go back and always watch any of these if you miss it and just tune in. It helps us a lot. I tell you, like, a lot of people say, hey, guys, sorry, we can't donate. We can't, do super chats, this and that. You don't have to do that to help the channel. If you support the channel, just liking, subscribing, commenting, viewing a video. You don't know how much viewing a video helps. Like, when we release a video, if it's a 30-minute video, just watching it for 25, 30 minutes, and not only doing that, but just watch another video afterwards. That helps, believe it or not. YouTube is greedy. They just want people to stay on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about it. If you guys, our subscribers, watch the videos when they come out, YouTube will push it out to more Chiefs fans.
Yeah, they say, hey,
So,
look.
in the
people
same
like
way with
this.
like these live
Yeah.
streams, you hit the like button, or if you hit the like button on our videos, it pushes it out to more Chiefs fans. So, yeah, like Mike said,
It pushes
all
it
you
out
guys
to all the
supporting your
people that
own
watch
way, man.
chat
We
sports.
appreciate you.
It pushes it out to the chat sports people, and then they come over and scream at us.
They put a Y in the chat.
Did you know that dude? Who's the guy that does chat sports again? Harrison?
know.
Garrison?
No clue.
He's a real guy. Did you know that?
He's a real person?
He's a real person. I found him on Twitter by accident. I ran across it. His name's like Harrison Graham. I think that's it. I ran across his personal Twitter. He's a real dude. I thought he was a fictional
He's a real
cartoon
person.
character, man.
He thought he was a cartoon character.
Straight up.
Take it easy, Steve-O. Have a good night, my man. Thanks for hanging out like usual. Man, I'm kind of behind in the chat here. It
know.
was rolling, wasn't it?
Did you read Cole's comment? Said we'll probably be close to 11K by training camp.
That's what I
That'd be
put up
nice.
here,
I think
yeah.
it's close.
I think Jack Green and Chris Wright had told us that we should be going for 11K by the season starting, and I think they were right. I think that's
Yeah.
gonna be around it. I think that's what we're gonna do.
Well, we got the news in yesterday that for the last 28 days running period, we had 1,100 subscribers in 28 days in the middle of an off season. So, I mean,
Not bad.
yeah, they're coming around to the
I'll take it.
podcast style. We did get a comment yesterday, Steve. I don't know if you've seen it. He said, I don't like to talk or I don't like to watch YouTube videos of people that talk trash on other teams. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, bro, you're in the wrong place.
Hey, we're going to need you to click off of here and go somewhere else.
We're going to need you to go ahead and just exit the building.
Look,
if you don't like to
thin skin,
you're
if you
coming
got thin
to
skin, this might not be the place for you.
you're coming to a channel whose chat will call you slap nuts over and over relentlessly. Like, you can't
Hey.
bring that stuff in here.
Well, I've said it over and over again. You know, if there's people in the chat that are fans of different teams, welcome. I mean, as long as you're respectful and everything. But you do have to realize that we love the Chiefs and we're going to talk trash on other teams. So don't have thin skin. Don't get butthurt when we make fun of your team. If you want to hang out, that's cool. But we're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything. It's just the truth. There's slap
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, there's plenty of slap nuts to go around. Wait, why does Jack say no Saturday night? Jack, what about Saturday night you don't like?
What? Saturday night tailgates are the best.
Oh, wait, does he
same
mean we're not
thing-
going to get it by the 10K by Saturday? Oh, he's saying
Oh,
no,
we're
we're
gonna
going to
have
get it by Saturday.
Yeah, we'll have it by tomorrow night. Don't worry about that, Jack.
Tomorrow
Don't you
night's
worry your
Friday.
head.
No,
Well,
tomorrow
I
night's
know.
Thursday.
No,
I don't even know what day it is.
I don't care. I don't care what day it is. By tomorrow night. Sam says, who would be a bigger miss if McCole Hardman and CH were both drafted in the third round? It just depends on the draft they were in and things like that. I tend to hate the McCole pick more than I hate the Clyde pick because I think that we've never had that number one wide receiver. That's why we're still talking about maybe D-Hop coming and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people are excited about that. I think if you did not take McCole Hardman in the second round above DK Metcalf, that's a non-issue. There's no telling how crazy this offense would be with DK Metcalf in it. We would still have some of the other guys around him. I think that was a bigger miss to me. Like CEH, it's like, man, you could have drafted Jonathan Taylor or whoever. I understand that. And I think even maybe T. Higgins and some of them guys might have been in that draft as well.
T. Higgins.
But I think he really missed the mark with just taking McCole Hardman.
Would
over
you rather
DK.
have
I
T.
mean,
Higgins?
That's insane.
Would you rather have T. Higgins or would you rather have DK Metcalf?
DK Metcalf.
Did I
mean,
even have to
that's-
ask that question?
That's not debatable.
People will fight you over that.
They can fight all they want, but they're wrong.
They will. It's weird.
You know what I have to say? I would just look at them straight in their face, and I'd be like, "You look at my
Slap.
latest comment.
No.
Look at my latest comment in this chat, baby. That's what you need to do."
Slap nuts. Hey, I'm seeing people in the chat say Creed may not get re-signed because the Chiefs don't pay
Nah,
centers.
he's gonna get re-signed.
He's got to
He'll
be.
get re-signed.
Cole actually says Harrison Graham. It is Harrison Graham. Thank you. He's a real human. It has been verified. I found him. Night Hunter says Chat Sports is a joke. I don't want to be mean to him. I mean, he's a dude. But you know what's funny? People, look, I'm not even going to say this in any kind of, don't take this out of, make a short out of it and say I'm talking trash. I'm not. But I'm going to tell you this. Chat Sports is a big conglomerate. They're not like me and Steve. We're just two dudes talking football, always been Chiefs fans, whatever. Chat Sports is a big time, like we got a Chat Sports Raiders, Chat Sports Chargers.
It's a national thing.
It's a national thing. So Harrison
Kinda like
Graham gets
Locked
on
On.
here. He talks about the Chiefs every day. And you know what else he does? For an hour a day, he does Chat Sports Bears. So he's a Bears fan too. He does 4 different teams. So you're sitting there getting your news from a guy that gets told what the
Yeah.
news is because he don't even like the Chiefs. He's a
Who
a
knows
Bears
what these
fan.
guys like?
Go to his
Like
Twitter. It says he's a Bears
It's
fan.
kind of like Locked On. It's like Locked On Sports. I mean, but the cool thing about Locked On Chiefs is they actually got a guy that loves the
But
Chiefs.
dude,
with
Ryan
Tracy.
Tracy and
So-
Chris Clark, they actually know the Chiefs though.
Right.
And I'm not saying Harrison Graham don't know the Chiefs, but dude, I'd be willing to bet Chris Clark, Ryan Tracy, me and you, Cole, we're not all closet Bears fans on the side either with a Bears channel going.
I don't give a crap what the Bears are doing. And I think all this talk about Justin Fields is a joke. Let's just get that straight. Everybody talks like he's going to be the greatest thing ever this year. Like, where was he at the last couple of years? Like, it's just not going to change. He's going to be the same. Watch him come out and just go off after I said that. But seriously, I don't see it.
Every tribe, what are you saying here? He says the shorter video clips you release, the more people will watch them. 5 to 15 minutes is great. You'd think. It doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, no.
Our
I mean, that's the thing
analytics,
about-
our analytics show that our longer episodes do better because people like the back and forth banter a little bit.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about it. That's what we do.
Yeah,
Like,
we
we
just
kinda
like to
got
do it that way.
sidetracked
So
for a little while where we were just trying to get the highlights out to everybody and just talk about the news a little bit because we were strapped for time. But we're kind of getting back to what we started this whole thing for, and that was just me and Mike sitting down talking about the Chiefs and just having a podcast. And then, of course, we started YouTube, and we're just bringing the podcast to YouTube now. That's kind of what we're going to do. That's what we're rolling with. I mean, if you guys like, the 10-minute videos that are just kind of hitting the highlights, Cole kills that game on How About Those Chiefs. Like, he absolutely destroys it. So, I mean, that's his thing. We're just going to sit and we're going to talk about
I am
Chiefs
trying
for
to
a long
get
time. Join us.
I am trying to get Cole to be more comfortable with his split personality so he can have a debate with himself for 30 and 40-minute episodes. That'd be fun. Maybe they can dress Danny up in a ball cap.
He did tell us. He did tell us that he wished he would have started it with a buddy.
Yeah. Hey, he can come on the show anytime he wants.
Ty with the 5 bomb, baby. We appreciate you, Ty. You're awesome. Thanks for the support, man. He says a lot of us here helped build Cole's channel. Now we're here to help build ACU, my only high-end memberships. ACU, and How About Those Chiefs? 100K by playoffs for ACU. Dude,
that would be
those are some
insane,
high
actually.
hopes, Ty. That would be absolutely insane. The fact that Cole hit that many is just, I don't think people realize how much of an anomaly that is. Like, that does not happen.
That puts
does
you
not
in the
happen.
top. I think there's only like, what is it, like
3%?
300 or 500 channels worldwide that has over 100K subs or something like that.
No, there's a
Might
lot
be
more
like
than that.
5,000.
There's a lot more than that.
It's like
but
1% or something. Yeah, 3%.
Yeah.
Dude, out of the entire world though, what's you say 3%? Like I was just way
I didn't
off.
know there were that many. Let's be honest here. I mean, I understand Chiefs Kingdom runs far and wide, but I didn't know that if you really strip it all down, like there's that many Chiefs fans that watch YouTube, that watch that channel. That's crazy to me.
It is kind
insane.
of crazy
That's more people
because
dude,
there's
that's
more-
way more people that'll fit in Arrowhead Stadium.
more
think about that.
people sub and watch Cole's videos than they do the actual Kansas City Chiefs YouTube.
No, they don't. They'll probably watch
Pretty
more
close.
videos. I think
The
the
views are
Chiefs
higher,
YouTube. Chiefs YouTube's got like almost 400K subscribers.
but the views are higher.
You're talking about the team that's won the Super Bowl twice in the last 4 years.
The views are higher.
Bandwagons galore.
Go look at the
And
latest.
fucking-
Go look at Cole's latest video and the Chiefs' latest video. I bet Cole swamped them.
Cole's killing it, man. I love it too. All the support in the world for that guy. I mean, he's killing. He's putting in the work. But yeah, we're gonna build this thing, and you guys are gonna help. You guys have been helping this whole time. Appreciate the support for sure. Julius says
for
hot
sure.
take: Bills miss playoffs. Dude, what if the Bills miss the playoffs? I would laugh Josh Allen out of the NFL if they miss the playoffs.
Dude, I think the Bills are borderline imploding.
Well, I mean,
I
you have
heard
to
today
think,
that they may have to trade Stephon Diggs.
this is a hot take, but is it? I mean, what if the Jets actually work out the way people think it's going to work out because they have all that young talent and they went and got Aaron Rodgers? What if the Dolphins play as well as they did last year? They should have beat the Bills in the playoffs. Let's get that straight. There were some questionable calls there at the end of that game that kind of helped Buffalo out. Yeah, I don't know.
still think-
I think that could happen. That's
Dude,
that's a bigger possibility than you would think, Julius.
I still think, believe it or not just picking on them because it's the Bungles, but I think the Bengals could have a down year this year and miss the playoffs. Look,
I
they're
think so,
gonna
too.
Mixon. You got a problem at running back a little bit,
It's time for them to be humbled a little, right?
right? They started the season off last year pretty crappy. Now they have Orlando Brown there protecting Burrow. He's probably going to get hit a few times because he ain't as mobile as Mahomes. Not wishing any injuries or anything, but if Burrow misses any time, they're losing. It's that simple. And I don't think their defense is as good as it was last year. If it wasn't for a fluke play against the Ravens, running back a 99-yard fumble on the goal line to a backup quarterback, they don't even get in the playoffs. So that's my
Right.
point last year. Or they didn't win the first playoff. I don't remember which one that was. I don't know if that was the game
was-
before
it
the
was a-
playoffs or.
No, it was a playoff game. But
Okay.
they played. Remember, they played the Ravens.
The Ravens
back-to-back
twice.
games.
They
Yeah.
played a third-string quarterback or something like that. Todd Huntley. So what's his name? I don't
Todd
know.
Hunt. I don't know.
I don't know if it's
Todd.
Todd, but it's Huntley.
Right.
Todd just sounds like he would be not fun.
David Howe, what's up, my man? He said, Steve, your McCole versus Clyde analysis is right in its way, but McCole rose above the mistake much further. McCole had a lot of meaningful plays. Clyde hasn't really done that. I would argue that. I think that Clyde's been just as meaningful as McCole. I mean, I can't think of anything that McCole did that really was stuck out much more than, obviously, like some highlight plays, like the jump pass from Mahomes against the Tennessee Titans. I was actually at that game in Nashville and saw that. And, yeah, so maybe some highlight plays here and there. But, I mean, if we go back and look at their stats, I mean, McCole Hardman, he played with the Chiefs from 2019 to 2022, so that's 4 seasons. And the best year he had was 59 receptions for 693 yards in 2021. I mean, Clyde in his rookie season in 2020 had 181 carries for 803 yards. So, I mean, different positions, so it's apples and oranges. It's kind of hard to compare the two. But I would still argue that I think McCole was a worse pick. I'm just on that side of the fence. What about you, Mike? What do you think?
I was just taking it in. I kind of think, I think looking back on it, I don't think that it was a bigger deal. Okay, look, so we took Clyde. If you don't take Clyde, who do you take? Do we take, who was it? The kid from Georgia. What was his name? I don't even remember. Starts with an
DeAndre
S.
Swift?
Swift. Yeah. You take Swift. Swift's not even had that big of an impact compared to Clyde. Jonathan Taylor, we're not going to use that kind of back because we don't pound the ball like that. So it's like Clyde's kind of done what Clyde's done, and he's been injured, and it's not really hurt us too bad. I mean, we won a Super Bowl last year, and he didn't even hear. We won it with a 7th-round pick. But I just believe DK Metcalf, in comparison to what and I will say McCole Hardman done decent. There were games where he was wide open. He wasn't getting the ball. That Bengals game 2 years ago where we lost in the AFC Championship, he was wide open. I just feel like
Right.
DK would have been more – like right now, we would never be talking about D-Hop if DK was here. Like you wouldn't have been talking about a
DK
receiver
is an
last year.
Absolute monster.
Yeah.
But there's actually some other things that would make you sick when you realize that they took McCole Hardman. If you look back at that draft,
Didn't they also pass up Deebo Samuel? Was that draft?
no, they missed out on Debo and AJ Brown. They were taken just a little bit ahead of McCole Hardman.
Okay.
But I mean, the DK Metcalf one, that was just a miss altogether by a lot of teams. It wasn't just the Chiefs. I mean, that's stupid. Anybody that knows anything about anything could look at DK Metcalf and know that guy is a monster. Like, I mean, you just look at him. Just look at him. His freaking physique. He's a freaking statue carved out of stone. Like, this guy can run a 4.40. He's 6'3" or something like that. I don't understand why they passed on him. But you know who else they passed on for McCole Hardman, Mike? Deontay Johnson. Terry McLaurin. Like, that'll
Come
make
on.
you sick.
Dude,
I mean, come
McCole
on,
Hardman-
dude. Scary Terry for the Chiefs would have been amazing.
was McCole Hardman even a top 10 wide receiver in that draft? A lot of
No.
analysts are saying we did it again this year with Rashee Rice. They're saying that the Chiefs jumped the gun and traded up for Rashee Rice too early. He wasn't even on people's draft boards.
I don't think so. I had him.
I don't either. I have more faith in Rashee Rice at this point than I do McCole Hardman. When we drafted
now,
McCole Hardman, I was like, I guess if you have to replace Tyreek Hill because he's in trouble again.
Right. The only argument I would give with Clyde being a bad pick is if you go at it from the route that we could have taken a good receiver then. Like, if I'm not worried about the other running backs we could have picked. I just don't think running backs. Yeah, they're very important in an Andy Reid offense. They always have been. But lately, the last few years, if you've noticed, it's been kind of like a few of them. Like, it's not just depending on one guy. Like, we don't need that workhorse back like a Jonathan Taylor. We just don't.
Right,
But
that's what I said.
Clyde was taken over T. Higgins. He was taken over Michael Pittman Jr. So that's two guys that could have been really good in our offense, I would say.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Michael
if you
Pittman
look
would
at
be
the rest
good.
of them, they didn't really miss that bad because, I mean, yeah, they missed bad by taking Clyde in the first round. I get that. But if you look at the actual draft, I mean, there's just not like anybody like that really pops off the page except for those two guys and Jonathan Taylor. I mean, the rest of the guys that went right after that
Oh, the running
were,
backs? That was a bad running back class.
I mean, the rest of the guys that went after that, as far as offensive weapons go, the the next one obviously was DeAndre Swift after Pittman and Higgins, and then you had Jonathan Taylor on down a little bit. Laviska Shenault, Cole Kmet,
No.
yeah, Chase Claypool, who's been a bum.
Hey, man, Chase Claypool had some chances, though. If he'd have came here and learned under our guys and under Reed, he may have been a steal.
I tell you what, the craziest thing from that draft is the fact that Jalen Hurts went in round 2, pick 53, and Trayvon Diggs went round 2, pick 51. Those are probably the guys looking back on it that people are like, dude, why do we do that?
Both Alabama guys? Trayvon
Yeah.
Diggs go to Alabama? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, Jalen Hurts actually ended up going to Oklahoma eventually, if you remember right.
Right. Cobra Kai with a 10. The 10 bomb. He says
The
all of us
10
are
bomb,
meeting up at Chiefs camp. Need to wear ACU gear to help promote the channel. People will see cool ass
Let's do it,
shirts
baby.
and ask where we got them. Yeah, man. If we could do some kind of a, we'll try to get together and do that because it looks like the game's out. We usually try to hit up a game. I looked at the schedule. I think the Chiefs are pretty much wrapping camp. They barely get to the first preseason game and camp's wrapped. So they're playing the Browns the third preseason game. So yeah, we will not be able to catch that game. So,
Right.
but we will be there for camp. So when we get there, we'll all get together.
We're gonna meet up. Everybody that can meet up, we're gonna meet up. We're gonna do something. We'll go eat some barbecue. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna do something. I mean, it's just you guys make this YouTube channel, so I mean, anytime we can, hang out with you guys, and that's awesome for us. But yeah, appreciate the 10, Ty, and also mentioning the ACU gear. Let me bring the store up. We actually have a new, 2 new shirts. One Slap Nuts you guys have seen. I made another new shirt that I think I put it in the store yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I promoted it on this video. But yeah, you can go to our store. You can buy merch straight off of YouTube, or you can go to allchiefedup .creator-spring.com. I'll take you to the full store. But let me see. I got it pulled up here. So you can check it out. We have all these different shirts and stuff. Probably going to redo the store just a little bit. But this one right here, Michael. This is what I wanted to bring up. I got the Burrowhead My Ass, This Is Mahomes House shirt. So this one's awesome.
Nice.
We got the Arrowhead Stadium there with the ACU on it. I thought this was a cool shirt for sure. All kinds of different sizes, you guys. No matter what size you wear, there's something for you here. But you guys can get this shirt for $29.99. And I thought it was pretty cool. The back actually has our logo in the back, as you can see right here. So yeah, that's one option. But yeah, you can get your ACU gear straight off of YouTube, or just go to allchiefedup.creator-spring.com. I'll take you to the full store.
Yeah. KCDC is going ham over here. Wait, what are you saying? He said
Not
shoulda,
him.
coulda, woulda. McCullough's still 24. I think y'all crazy. Clyde was better pick. So are you on the board that Clyde was the better pick over McColl, or McColl wasn't? I don't know. Because everybody's fighting in the chat. Like we've sparked it. Another war has sparked. in the chat.
I mean, that's just where I'm at with it. That's all I got.
Another
to say.
why are the wide receivers so polarizing?
Man, it's because I honestly think it's because we, as Chiefs fans, we went through a lot of years where the wide receivers were almost meaningless to our team. We went through an entire season where a wide receiver didn't catch a touchdown pass. So now it kind of hits home with us a little bit. It kind of pushes our buttons, So I think that's what it is. Josh Zimbauer, hope I said that right. Glad to see you, my man. He said that shirt hits for me. Yes, sir. Have to get over there and get you one of them. That Burrowhead My Ass shirt hits for a lot of us because it's just the truth. Talk trash and you got smacked because you're slap nuts.
David House says, I think your logo is very spiffy. You talk about the one right up here at the top right?
Yeah, man. Me and Mike made that ourselves.
Yeah, we
We're
got
not
together
graphic
one day and we were
designers,
like,
but,
we were like, let's make this. Fun fact, we were just gonna make the spear with the arrowhead and the feather was just gonna be somewhere, and we were like, let's just make that the apostrophe in the chief. It worked out really
the feather,
well.
yeah.
I don't know how he did that. See, sometimes we can get something right every once in a while. Oh,
Yeah,
KCDC says, no. McCole was a better pick than Clyde. Okay.
No.
I'm not going to argue either way because I get it. When
I
DK
will.
was drafted, I mean, you also had Kelsey here, so his targets are going to be lower, and then Tyreek Hill was here. But Tyreek Hill they thought was going to be suspended. That's why we drafted McCole Hardman. So even with, I mean, DK and Tyreek's not playing the same position. I don't know. It's all
I don't
hypothetical.
know, man. You're never going to sway me off of McCole being just an absolute trash pick. Like,
Yes.
I don't hate McCole Hardman. Don't get me wrong.
Steve, who do you
I
dislike
just-
more, McCole Hardman or Todd Haley?
Oh, Todd Haley. I don't dislike McCole Hardman. I just think they really missed the mark there. Like, how do you pass up on DK Metcalf? Like, you had your wide receiver one right there in front of you for the taking.
Dude,
and
they
you
passed
traded
Deontay
up.
Johnson and Terry McLaurin.
You
too.
traded up? Yeah, scary Terry on the Chiefs, bro. That would have been nasty.
I think you
Heck,
missed.
Deontay Johnson.
I think when you look at it and you're like, hey, they took him over DK, Terry McLaurin, and Deontay Johnson. Then when
rough,
you look
dude.
at Clyde and you're like, oh, they took him over Jonathan Taylor and DeAndre
Brad,
Swift.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but Brad, how? How?
Brad,
just how?
you started a fight, Brad. Here we go.
Nobody
gonna get
likes
him
Todd
going.
Haley. He's trolling me.
I just seen Brad up here. He's talking trash on Cole too. He said Cole abuses the algorithm. It sucks. It works. It's thumbnail clickbait. What does Cole do that's thumbnail and clickbait?
I don't think Cole's clickbait at all. I think
either.
Cole
He
has
kinda-
figured out how the algorithm can help him for sure, but that's just fair game, baby.
Yeah,
That's
like
the game.
I consider clickbait like if Cole puts on the cover like today, Patrick Mahomes.
Like those fake ones. Like the fake ones that say the
Right.
Chiefs signed DeAndre Hopkins today. That's clickbait. I don't think Cole does clickbait.
Yeah,
But
I would
Brad,
agree.
That's not our problem here. This is our problem.
Yeah,
What?
well, he says this too. Brad,
You're out of your mind if you think that guy's a genius.
Brad, are you
Like what?
are you Todd Haley, Brad? Is this a Todd Haley burner?
Dude, so let me get this straight. Wasn't Todd Haley?
Let's look up who's QBs. Todd, he's the one that wanted him. I mean, granted, he probably would have took a better one, but
Man, Todd Haley he's just Todd Haley. He's not a genius. Where's he at anyway? Is he still in Pittsburgh?
no, I think he's in the XFL. I'm dead serious. I
No,
think he
you're
got
not.
signed to the XFL. Let me look it up.
No, you're right. USFL.
Told you. I said XFL,
See?
but USFL.
Same thing. A league that doesn't matter. Brian Parrott says Todd Haley was like stepping on Legos, all of them. That's what it felt like back then. And I've never seen a cockier guy. Like here, your team is winning 2 games in an entire season. You got Tyler Palko back there, like jumping and scissor kicking with his legs when he throws an interception. Debo hating his freaking life because he's an absolute beast, getting wasted on the football field. And Todd Haley over there, like he is a genius, like just really playing the part. That's why I hated him so much.
I don't know. Todd Haley. I think his style just didn't fit us, I don't think. I think that's what it was. Wasn't he kind of
Oh,
like he was like
yeah.
a defensive guy or something, wasn't he? I don't know. Then again, I
Correct.
thought he was like an offensive coordinator. But it seemed like he was a defensive style coach. That's how bad we were. He can't be an offensive coordinator,
rough.
for Christ's sakes.
It was rough. He was though. That's the
I
sad
think,
part.
yeah, he was.
But yeah.
But my Lord.
Hey, 64 of you still here. Make sure to hit that like button for us. It helps us out tremendously. We appreciate you being here. If you're new to the channel, make sure to get in the chat. Hit that sub button so you can hang out with us more often. We appreciate you. We got a few more minutes here with you tonight, so if you got any questions, go ahead and get those in. We'll try to cover some of it. And we appreciate you guys, all you guys that have, supported the channel via liking, whatever it might be, all the donos. You guys know who you are. You guys are amazing. And gifted memberships. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you more than you know. So just wanted to say thanks again.
We thank you. We're gonna hit 10,000 on Saturday. Hope everybody's pumped.
Right. We'll
Bring on your-
about the end of tomorrow night.
Bring on your get your nice party attire on. I might wear a tie on Saturday, Steve, to celebrate this momentous occasion of 10K.
Mike's gonna wear a tie.
Either that or the blonde wig with the lipstick, as they want. No.
So Todd Haley was the Arizona's offensive coordinator when we hired him. Cole
Yeah,
says.
he was an offensive coordinator. He did something for Pittsburgh too, I think. Or am I thinking?
Yeah, he ended up in Pittsburgh. He ended up in Pittsburgh as an OC.
Right.
And he's the one that wanted them to get Slapnuts from Chicago. I can't think of his name. Mitchell Trubisky. He's the one that did the Mitchell Trubisky experiment over there in Pittsburgh. So that's probably why he's in the USFL.
This boy.
Brad says, all I want is for Justin Ross to shock the NFL this season. Man, we all want that, Brad. It's a long shot, but man, it would be awesome if he does. Flapjack City says that he's going to be a bust. We'll see. There's a lot of bust potential with him. He's a boomer bust guy. It just is what it is. So I think it'll be good to see, man. I'm rooting for him. I hope he does well.
What does that mean?
Mike, you wearing helmets? Hey, Mike is that guy that has to wear a helmet all the time. He can't hurt his head.
What's a helmet? I don't get it. It's just a hat.
It's because it's backwards. You're just wearing a helmet, bro.
I got a football helmet. Check this.
Maybe it's one of those, like the first base coaches used to wear, or like John Olerud used to wear, where it's just like a helmet hat.
Yeah, check this.
That's you, bro.
I bought this football helmet.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to take it all apart and I'm going to repaint it and make it a Chiefs helmet. I'm going to do like a DIY Chiefs helmet.
Can you?
Should I do an all Chiefs up helmet? Let's chrome it, make it an ACU helmet.
Is there any way to chrome that baby?
I'll look into it, but dude, if I chrome it and ACU it, would you guys be interested? We'll auction it off.
That'd be cool.
That
we'll sign
be
it.
Sick, dude.
Give it away. That'd be cool.
I lost an earpiece.
That'd be really cool.
Got it.
Mike lost it. Julia says 10K, then on to 20K. Legendary. I agree. I think this season's going to be good for us, and I think it's going to be good for all you guys in the chat. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun season. I think things are going to pick up. We're in the off season right now, and we're out here having a good time, baby. Talking about the Chiefs. We're growing, and it's not even football season.
Why? What does this mean? I look like a World War II bomber. Like, what are you?
David Howe is just off his rocker right now. What are you talking about, David?
What do I look like? Wait, I'm a World War II. What does that mean? Am I the guy that walked like Saving Private Ryan? I'm walking around like, wait, I don't even know what Saving Private Ryan did.
What did Chris have to say?
Chris has videoed me working on the helmet. That would be pretty sick. Maybe I should. I should film every little part, and then at the end, I'm going to turn it into a Chiefs or an all chiefed up helmet. Chrome.
Make a video out of it.
What if I can't chrome it?
You do the whole thing.
If I can't chrome it, should I do like flat black or something? That'd
flat
be
black
sick.
would be sweet.
That'd be
The
sick.
black uniform concept
with a
is
red
something I've always,
with
I've
a
always
red
liked.
and white stripe with a gold.
So
all
the closest
chiefed
thing
up.
to the, like, I know everybody hates concept uniforms, especially for the Chiefs, because it's such a traditional team, right? You don't want to stray away from what they actually do. But I think dabbling with it's fun, like something that you just wear like once a year. So I think it'd be cool. What is this dude talking about, David?
Steve, look up a P-47. I have to know what this is. Steve, bring up a picture of a P-47. What does Theo say? What's that guy's name? He always makes bring up stuff. He's like bring up a picture of a P-47
Honestly, I don't know.
riding a giraffe.
I mean, it's a jet. I don't know. P-47 Thunderbolt.
Until a few weeks ago, I thought Mike was bald till he took his hat off on a live stream. I'm not bald. It kind of looks like it because this is a see-through, you know?
Well, we were blessed with a really high hairline. Like, I had a widow's peak until I started losing my hair. I'm the one that's almost bald.
I
I
have
might
so
as well
much.
be cool by now.
Look, I'm going to show y'all something. Hold up. I have so much hair, it's in a ponytail, bro. You see?
Yeah, Mike has a lot of hair.
Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I put it in the tail. I put it in the tail because I don't want to be, like, hot.
Julia Gulia,
even
have
though
a
I'm
good night.
wearing a hoodie.
And I just
Go
wanted
figure.
to tell you, Mike's got Stella. I now have a dog as well. I got a Yorkie puppy. Its name is Charlie. So Charlie's in the house. He's the new to the ACU crew.
He
So
does.
you'd like to know that.
It's a Yorkie. He's so tiny. Dude, we had to take... Stell started acting weird the other day and started just being so strange. We had to take her to the vet, man. We thought something was wrong with her. And,
It's not good.
it turned out they just said she was kind of depressed and she needs to be fixed.
She's depressed.
Yeah, they said she was kind of depressed because it's been raining. So, like, I'll be like, Stell, you want to go on a car ride? She'll
What?
say, she'll wag her toe. Yeah, she was so depressed she wouldn't do nothing but
Does
sleep.
that happen? Like this
Yeah.
dog's depressed because
Yeah,
of the
we
rain.
thought she was
So
sick,
weird.
man. We had to take her to the vet and everything. Like, I was a little scared.
Man. Well, I think we're going to wrap this baby up for the night. We appreciate you guys being here and all the support. Can't thank you enough for that, all the donors and everything. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the gifted memberships. If you got one, make sure to tell your boys, Charlie, man, it's little Charlie. Make sure to tell them thanks, by the way.
KCDC with a 20
with
bomb
a 20 bomb?
right before we
What?
bail out.
At the last minute with the buzzer beater.
Hey, he just wanted to be the last thing we talk about. So you know what, KCDC? You win. Just to clear my air, LOL. I would take DK over Miko all day. I heard the compare was Claude and Miko. Miko all day over Claude. Appreciate all the great Chiefs content. We appreciate you,
Hey, man.
KCDC.
Yeah,
It's
you're
all
awesome.
good.
Thanks for the 20 bomb. You're the man. Yeah, that was a thing, though. That's just why I don't like the McCall pick was because of DK Metcalf. That's what I was saying. So, I mean, you were on the right track. But we appreciate you, man. That's a good way to end it with a 20 bomb from KCDC, baby.
Yeah. I appreciate you,
Hey,
man.
dude. Yeah, do us a favor and hit the like button on the way out, guys. It helps us out. And we'll be back Saturday night with our Saturday night tailgate.
Celebrating
And,
10K.
Yeah, you're going to be celebrating 10K, baby, on Saturday Night Tailgate. We're calling it now. So make sure that you're there. It'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 Central for those of you that can't do time math stuff. But, yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Mike, you got anything left for him?
Hit that sub button. Hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you guys Saturday.
There goes a sight from my soul.